Hi, my name is Raph. I am playing Grinner, a barbarian human running from his past as an ex-soldier, now turned mercenary.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Luther. He's a Dhampir. He is a fighter that specializes in firearms, a bit of an investigator, and I am the great uncle of Grinner.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Tithla, the Goblin Ranger. She is a wonderful hunter and medical genius.
Hi, I'm Haz. I'm playing Theodore, the Satyr Druid, who's a kind of a charismatic druid who's unwillingly taken Tithla under his wing as she's followed him through the forest for the past few months.
G'day, I'm Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar Wizard. He is on the pursuit of good and evil, finding out the best and worst in this world, and he's doing that with a little bit of naivety and optimism.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd campaign. Hello!
Hello, everyone!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen. I'm the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of meat shields as we play Curse of Strahd. Now, we left off last session on a little bit of a cliffhanger, which we will be jumping straight back into before too long. We're joined once again by our good friend Andrew, excuse me, who is playing the character of Raspip. Andrew, yep, I was going to say giveaway, but you beat me to it. It looks like you're also live streaming this to Facebook through your phone right now.
I'm just trying to get some followers drummed up on my Instagram.
How's that going for you?
Yeah. Cross-promoting. Cross-platform marketing.
Can you drop that link in the chat and I'll head over?
Sounds a little bit more like leeching if I had to give it a term, but
yeah, maybe.
That's fair. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and joining us once again for our Curse of Strahd campaign. Huge shout out to the amazing, lovely people who came and watched the Jasper's Game Week session that I was in on Thursday. Also, just a huge shout out to anybody who went and caught any of the sessions for Jasper's Game Week. You are all legends, particularly legendary if you came and watched the session that I was playing in on the Thursday afternoon. Was an awesome, fun time. I think we had the total of Wild Magic Surges bought by stream at about 45, 46 Wild Magic Surges, so it was absolute bloody chaos. DM's custom D300 Wild Magic Surge table got a bit of a workout, which was fantastic. And it was absolutely amazing. I think we hit the target goal of $10,000 and exceeded it by a couple of grand. So massive thank you to everybody who came and supported Jasper's Game Week. And through those donations, the Black Dog Institute, it was such an amazing event. Super keen to be back again next year. And we might be hosting one or two sessions as well. The Avatar Legends system hasn't had an appearance at Jasper's yet, and I know there's a lot of people really keen to see that in action, so I'd be more than happy to run an Avatar Legends session, and it'd be really cool to get more of these lovely players that you see jumping into some D&D or any other systems. I know there was a Pathfinder game that was going to go ahead that ended up being switched to something else, but they're really keen to run a second edition Pathfinder, and I know a few of you play Pathfinder. Has you play Pathfinder, and you run Pathfinder actually?
I do, run 2 campaigns of it.
Yes, that'll be great fun. So yeah, thank you so much everybody who came and joined us for the Jaspers. What was that?
Just call me a nerd under his breath.
Yeah, it's about accurate. We all are. We're literally playing a live streamed D&D campaign. Like, you can't.
Yeah, there is something about pots and kettles to be said there, but you know, facts are facts.
They are. Both are made of
facts. Not my fault.
So thank you everybody once again. Super excited to be playing Tears of the Kingdom. I've been dropping those episodes daily on YouTube. It is a absolutely tremendous game and I am thoroughly enjoying myself. I know for a fact that Haz has played, you said about 40 hours in the last day or so?
I've been off work sick.
So sick, is it? Yeah. So I know you've been really enjoying Tears of the Kingdom. Tom, you've been playing a bit as well, I think?
Yeah, yep. It's very good.
It's fantastic. I know Jacob has. Jared, I'm assuming you've played a little bit?
No, I don't have money at the moment. Like, I'm poor.
Okay. Yep. That's...
So drop a sub. Hopefully we can...
Get Tears of the Kingdom for Jared.
Tears of the Kingdom.
For the cripple. Tears of the cripple.
Tears of the cripple.
You know, when you say something, you're like, is that the phrase that sends me to hell? Who knows? It's such a long list by now. Obviously, Jared is still recovering from his knee surgery, just as a bit of extra context. Sorry about that, Jared.
No, you're fine.
We'll have a chat about that later and inform HR about my comments, and there'll be a slap on the wrist, I'm sure. Oh my god, we're still trying to convince Raph to buy Breath of the Wild and play that as well, so we're still working on that. I don't know how much progress we've made. I think he's currently smashing a burger. I've seen his camera disappear. So hopefully once he's finished his burger, we'll also be able to get him to play Breath of the Wild. Andrew, I know you've got a Switch, don't you? Or am I wrong? No?
No, I've got a Switch. It doesn't get much use though.
Yeah. Have you played Breath of the Wild at all?
Never, no.
Okay, then I'm guessing you also haven't been playing any Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, no, I'm just not a nerd. I don't know what you guys are doing, but yeah.
No, you just buy game consoles to have them sat there.
Yep, I know.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. Fuck us for having fun, right? So never mind any
You
of that.
absolute pack of nerds.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's right.
That's a theme for the night, just calling people out for being nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Do you know what? I
Can
wear
we
that.
play some Dungeons and Dragons online or what? Come on.
My gnome,
nerds and roll some
my
dice.
gnome sorcerer needs to recover his magic ring.
Yeah, he does. Thank
He
you.
does need to recover his
Yeah,
magic.
good luck with that.
That is a good transition. I was about to do our recap, so let me jump straight into our recap from last session. Bit of a cliffhanger, so excited to get back into it. The newest team of the Tempest Adventuring Guild have found themselves lost in the dangerous realm of Barovia. Trapped by strange magics, the group have now travelled westward, away from the sinister castle which reportedly houses the immortal ruler of these lands. Successfully arriving in the town of Vallaki, the group have now been drawn into an investigation to locate the missing bones of a saint, said to confer protection to the town. Along the way, the group have also teamed up with a gnome sorcerer, Raspip, who is also looking for a lost item, a magic ring. Their paths seem to lead in the same direction, the Wachter family, who have much to gain from the acquisition of both bones and this ring. Previously, the group arrived at the Wachter Manor, having been invited by the Lady Fiona Wachter to meet and discuss the future of Vallaki. While Lady Wachter revealed her ambitions to take leadership from the town off the current burgomaster Vargas Valakovich, Raspip took his opportunity to excuse himself to the bathroom, having spied his ring on the Lady Wachter's hands. Immediately taking advantage of a distracted guard, Raspip returned to the room invisible and launched a surprise attack on the startled noble. All chaos broke out, with some of the party initially unwilling to attack the Lady Wachter, some of them trying to heal the damage that Raspip had dealt. It was outright chaos, and as Lady Wachter responded to Raspip's attack with magic of her own. When Raspip dropped unconscious, Tithla rushed to help him, resulting in the lady turning on Tithla, which in turn finally polarized the party and resulted in a massive series of attacks against Lady Wachter. We left off last session as the damage finally took its toll, her lifeless body dropping to the ground. Before suddenly rising slowly, a voice emanating from inside of it. "It seems you have dealt with one of my servants. You should be careful who you anger in these lands." And that is where we left off last session. We jump straight back in as all of you are in the room. The door leading out of the room has been somewhat boarded up, Grinner having picked up the dining room table and positioned it against the doorway leading out into the hall, essentially trapping Jonor, Theodore, Tithla, Luther, and Raspip inside the room. Grinner having yeeted himself out of a window immediately after locking the others in the room, and then I believe you were in the process of attacking a guard.
That's right, yeah.
And actually, no, sorry, it wasn't a guard. It was the spy master. Let me pull up his name again because I can never remember his name because I just don't give a shit about him. That's really rude. I shouldn't say that about him. But he is also so bad. Ernst is his name. That's right. You were talking to Ernst, and he was warning you.
Your disrespect.
Yeah, I was talking to Ernst with shards of glass.
That's right. Yeah, you did throw glass at him. That's right. I didn't write that down in my recap, assuming I would remember that. But yeah, that's right. You did throw glass at him that was sticking out of you from having thrown yourself through a window. Alrighty, we jump straight back in. I'm not going to have the initiative running right this second. We're going to keep the initiative order up, but we're going to pause initiative. So essentially, we will resume initiative at the end of the Lady Wokta's turn, which will be the beginning of Theodore's go. So I'll switch it over to Theodore's go now. If we need to jump back into initiative, I'll let you know, but we'll start from Theodore's turn. So we're going to pause initiative at this point. Jonor, Theodore, Tithla, Luther, and Raspip, you're all in the room as you see the lady's lifeless body drop to the ground, and then suddenly one of the arms kind of lifts up a little bit, and then the torso cracks forward, the head lolling back before suddenly shunting forwards, lifting up, the flesh and skin burned and scorched to this almost dark ember grey black as a result of the magical fire that you had flung at her. A gaping hole in her forehead from the brutal shot that Luthor did to put her down. I think that was actually the killing blow, was that shot to the head.
From the hip, just...
as the body sort of like hovers slightly in the air, the head sort of like cracking a little bit on the side and looks towards you, the mouth opening, and the words just emanating out of this mouth, a voice. So, strangers to my lands, what has brought you here? Why have you decided to turn on my servant? She was hard to replace.
I am incredibly sorry for this. Honestly, it was this little gnome's fault. We didn't really want to attack her. We were honestly having a nice political debate. So blame the gnome.
Guys, is this corpse talking to us? What the hell is going on here? Jonor walks up to the corpse just to inspect it a little bit closer.
Much in life as she was my puppet, now her body serves the same function in death. I am Baron Strahd von Zarevich, ruler of these lands. To whom do I speak? Your forms are somewhat familiar.
We just want to go home. We got sucked through a portal against our will.
Yes.
Raspip's going to run up to the corpse,
Yep.
and just wants to do a bit of an investigation, I guess. He wants to find out how quickly it's going to take for this corpse to get up and fully animate.
Okay, so as you get within 5 feet of the corpse, the head turns and looks right at you on this like almost right angle. So, you are the one who is the cause of all this, according to your companions. What do you say for yourself, Raspip?
I'm just here for my ring.
Ah, this. The corpse holds up its hand, this burned and blackened, charred hand, but still that ring is in perfect form as the hand like cracks up, holding the ring. And the head turns and looks. Yeah?
Can I make a quick attempt to get the fingers on their hand stuck in my little finger guillotine?
Yes, that would be a sleight of hand check. That's a sentence you don't hear too often.
Sleight of hand. She'll be sleight of hand after the guillotine's done with her.
She'll be light of hand after the guillotine's done. Raspip, as you go to like slam the guillotine on, it goes straight onto the finger, and there's this moment of joy and elation. And then as you clamp down, the guillotine slams into the corpse's finger, and she just lifts it up. The guillotine still attached, the blade having only just barely penetrated into the flesh. Well, you want this ring? That's what all this is about. This trinket.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's mine.
The corpse reaches forwards. The body of the Lady Wokta still moving very puppet-like as it's controlled by this outside force. And the other hand reaches forward, pulls off the ring, lifts it up, looks at it. Such a small thing. You want this, Raspip? This is what you crave?
Did you, were you talking about the ring or me when you said such a small thing?
Both. Such a small, petty thing.
Yes, it is what I crave.
Here. Take it. The hand lowers down and holds out the ring.
Raspip takes the ring.
Raspip, as soon as your hand touches the ring, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
What do you mean? This was a trap?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. 14. Okay, 14 is the DC to avoid this being really bad, so that's okay. You're only going to take 9 points of fire damage as the ring is burning hot. As you try to grab it, your instincts are able to like kick in and you let go rather than like grabbing it and holding it in your hand. You get the sense if you had fully grabbed this, it would have been a lot worse. But as you feel that burn, your autonomic nervous system kicks in. You'd let go and pull your hand back as you take those 9 points of fire damage.
I'm on 1 hit point left. Can I hold my hand out like this, waiting for him to drop the ring into my hand?
As you go and let go, and then hold your hand out, like your fingers, like bright red and already blistering.
Yep.
The corpse sort of turns and looks down.
I'm gonna.
Sure you
while
want to do
I'm readying my action, which is going to be to catapult the ring as soon as it's no longer worn or carried.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to be catapulting it across the room.
Okay, no, fair enough.
Are you still taking the damage?
He still takes
No. I'm not I'm not. I will take the 9 damage to start with, but the idea is that I'm catapulting it before it hits my hand.
Yeah. Cool. I'll keep that in mind. The Lady Wachter's remains do not let go of the ring. As they look down at your hands, the corpse turns back up, and you watch as the cheeks kind of quiver a bit, and then this like very brutal rictus of a smile. You are going to be fun, I think, to play with, Raspip. So willing to do anything for this trinket. Why would I give it back to you now? What other things could I make you do?
I'd be even more fun to play with if I had it on.
Is that so?
Yes, it is.
Tell me, what would you do to have this back?
Well, I'd kill Lady Wachter, which I'm pretty sure I just did.
Yes, but that has been an inconvenience for me. I want to know what you can do for me. A trade, if you will.
Well, what exactly do you need doing?
Well, as the head turns and looks at the rest of the people in the room, all of you seem so committed to interrupting this perfect balance I have created here. What is it that you have?
Not really. No, we're not committed. We're not like strongly.
Is this just happening? Is it? Am I to believe that your actions are just happenstance?
We will 100% swap you, Raspip, for a way home.
One gnome.
I mean,
for 5 of
you. I will say this: the goat doesn't speak for all of us.
I don't know. I feel like I do.
There's one voice in this. There's 6 voices here. Not
I will say the goat does speak for us.
Well, not for me at least, anyway.
As the leader of the Maisie Peters adventuring party, I think it's pretty safe to say I speak for us.
Oh, wait, who's Maisie Peters?
Excuse me, is that actually the name of the party?
It's actually MP Incorporated, extended version.
What have I joined?
Tifla, can you tell us about who is this figure?
It's a bard from long ago who wrote mystical tales and stories of I don't want to say boys, but mostly boys who'd wronged her. Almost sort of like Tay-Tay, but a more modern style. If you ever hear about her friend's brother, don't ask more questions. It's a tale as old as time itself.
Does that cause Strahd to have an aneurysm? Like just right there?
You watch as the corpse just sort of hangs there, still holding the ring, unmoving.
So no deal? No gnome for passage home?
1 gnome for 5 of you. That is not a good deal, I think. Plus, the gnome is not yours to give. He is mine, as are all of you.
What about if you gave me the ring and then I'd give you the rest of the 5 party members?
Well, that's good, Raspip. Thanks. I've been sitting here defending you and all, but that's cool.
Oh, well, the 4 party members. We can start our own group.
Why would I bargain for things I already own? All of you are mine.
Well, by
In
that
this
logic, you
realm.
own everything in this realm, so we could offer you nothing anyway.
So,
No
you
objects, but actions maybe you could offer.
Like giving you the gnome?
This town, Valaki, has a place, a church, that has for some time been an eyesore from my castle. Now that it is not protected, I think it is time this eyesore were removed, no?
but wait, I don't think Dad would like that very much.
I think,
Ah,
to be
you
honest, like
speak
the
of
church
the
itself
peace.
is, the church itself is quite tall and all, but I think your castle is sort of a bit of an arsehole, to be honest, my friend.
Do you say that?
I think we should, yeah, I say that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Because at the end of the day, like, the church is, he's like literally like just shitting on my god.
While I kind of agree with Luther, what were you offering in exchange
A
for
human
church
doesn't
demolition?
speak for the goat.
Before you get too far ahead, Luther, as the corpse looks over towards you, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
That's fine. I realized something would happen.
That tracks.
I got a crit.
Natural 20.
Was it the part where
22.
Owen said, "Do you really say that"? Was that your first clue?
I wasn't
What do you
giving him an out. I knew
mean?
that he really said that. I was just saying that to people like, oh no, I don't say that. I'm like, well no, you did say that, so let's deal with the consequences.
But
Natural
I got a
20,
crit.
22. That is a lucky fucking roll, Luther. As the corpse turns around to look just at you, a hand reaches out and points towards you. Drop to your knees. As you feel this command wash over you, your legs begin to buckle underneath, and just as you're about to drop down, you feel this light within you, that same presence you felt long ago when you were first afflicted. And as you feel that warmth and strength within you, you feel that effect wane. Those words in your mind, this echoing in your mind, suddenly fade. And you do not drop to your knees.
I don't say
you-
anything. I just
Okay.
look at him. I'm just staring him
Yeah.
in the eyes.
Interesting. You may have
Well,
some fight to you after all.
Mr. Strahd, I'm not sure if I really agree with this owning of all of us here. I'm not really a big fan of that.
Luckily,
Is there actually a way? Is there a way out?
Don't love it.
I honestly really would like to leave.
luckily, your compliance is not a factor. You are property while you are here. You are playthings to be used as I wish. Your wants, your needs, your desires are small, petty things. Candle, lost in the wind. Care not for your emotions, for your loves, for your hates. I care
So,
for
I've
what
only
you do
got-
for me.
I'll be honest, I've only got one desire on to see your plane.
Leave.
And I look at him. I'm going to smite you down in your wickedness. Oh yeah, I know, I'm like, I know I'm stirring the pot.
Oh, do you know how many times I have heard that?
Is
I
it
used to
free?
keep a tally. For a long time,
Well,
I would hear all of these speeches time and time again. I would keep a record of the way that they were phrased, the words used. But even that got boring after a while. I have heard that so many times. Please, give it your
Oh,
best
well.
shot.
this will be the last one, so you won't have to hear any more, my friend.
Probably more than 3 then.
If only arrogance was all that were needed to gain power in this world.
No, don't have arrogance.
Well, if
Just
you're
got
not
faith.
going to let us go, you don't really leave us much option but to oppose you.
Now the goat speaks for all of this.
Yes, I'm just look. He's turned himself against me here.
Yeah. I'm not exactly.
Raspip, you're on
Morning.
quiet time.
Hmm. Yeah, I just want my ring back. That's it.
We know that.
Raspip, you can have this ring. If you can take
Thank
it
you.
from the Lady Wachter's hand.
Go on, touch it again.
I'm
And then
trying
you watch
to-
as he cocks his head and goes, we are about to be interrupted. No.
Hey, good point. There's other things going on.
As soon as I hear that we're about to be interrupted, I remember that there's the two brothers upstairs.
Yeah.
Can I cast Stinking Cloud in the hallway outside the door?
Do you need to be able to see where you're casting that?
Keyhole.
I'm
There's a
happy to
table in the
move
way.
there and then.
There's a table
fire
in
it
the
off
way,
straight away.
unfortunately. So as
Just jump up, see it, and then
no,
I am a little person.
Grinner stacks the table. I got this description very carefully for when I needed it. Grinner stacks the table vertically against the door so that nothing could get through. It was
gotcha.
very carefully placed to block the doorway.
But surely there'd be some cracks poking out. He wouldn't be a perfect.
No, he was a
fit.
man
No
with
one
a
can get
plan.
through. It's fine.
We're going to quickly jump
Is it
to
a perfect
Grinner.
fit?
We're going to quickly jump to Grinner because I do need. Actually, sorry. When the corpse started floating, Grinner, you watch as Ernst suddenly this almost like pale white opalescence goes over his eyes, and he just stops, almost like he's in hibernation, no longer moving. His body just sort of like standing there, gently swaying a little bit from side to side. And then as you hear the voice from inside calling out, you see Ernst still just standing there, gently swaying.
Well, I'm not going to attack an unarmed, defenseless person. I'm just going to tie the motherfucker up.
Okay. Yeah, you just spend like 2 or 3 minutes while this conversation's happening just tying him up. Do you want to give me a sleight of hand check to see how good you do?
Yeah, you bet I do. Let me find that.
Yeah. I reckon it'll be a good roll.
Why can I never actually find the rolls when I need them? There we go.
I reckon it'll be a good roll. Sleight of hands. First roll of the night for Raph. 16.
I'll take it.
Fine roll. Hog tie or just arms and legs?
No, like proper hog tie. Yeah.
Amazing. As you just like gently lie him down, tie his hands together, tie his feet together, and then put a length of rope between the two to like join them out behind him. And then, yeah. Do you want to wander back over to the window, or are you just doing your own thing?
I'm gonna wear him like a sling.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna climb up the outside of the building.
Okay. How do you climb up the outside of the building with another human attached to you?
Well, I mean, he's just like a man bag over me. Literal man bag.
So this is a whole human. He weighs as much. He's like 90 kilos.
Is there like a lattice or something on the outside of the building?
No, there's not a lattice.
Oh,
unfortunately,
okay.
it is
Well.
a brick wall giving way to wood up above. There's no like big obvious handholds. This is one of the reasons why you had to send a little spider in. I don't know if you remember.
I was not there that episode. Can I roll how bad is this person actually on my hogtied friend?
How bad is this person actually?
Yeah, I'd like to roll that.
Roll for evil intent.
I guess you could roll. I guess you could roll an insight, and it's more like a reflective insight where you're thinking back on his actions previously.
Okay, I'll take that.
He's definitely a total douche at the very least.
20. Grinner. Ernst is a man who is doing what he can to earn some money. Like, the dude seems to be very willing to do a wide range of things for coin, but you get the sense that in this land, that's how people survive, how they get ahead. You don't get the sense he's particularly evil or malicious. He's just got a very low threshold for payment and a low threshold of what he'll do for that payment.
And on that roll, do I get the feeling that he's going to cause problems? Like, does he seem vindictive outside of what he's paid to do?
I don't think you've seen any evidence of vindictiveness per se. No, I would say that you haven't seen any evidence of vindictiveness.
Okay, I'm going to leave him on the ground then, and try and climb up the outside of the building without him.
Okay. Could you make me an acrobatics check? Unfortunately, athletics is not going to help you here. It is just pure strength to pull yourself up the side of this building. 20. Oh my god, you're rolling so well. Is that basically like 15, 16, 16? Amazing. Yeah, 20. Despite the lack of handholds, despite the sheer
just
surface,
punch through the fucking.
you find weak spots in the mortar and just go, just punch it a little bit, and then like put your hand in the grip. And maybe you've still got a bit of glass that you've wrapped a bit of leather strip around you, using that to kind of chisel out around the bricks to give yourself very small handholds. You climb up. Yeah. You climb up to the outside of the. You climb up the outside of the brick, which is the first story, pulling yourself up onto the wood that leads into the second story. A window in front of you that is partially ajar.
Great, in I go.
As you climb in through the window, I will move you onto the second story, and we will come back to you in a second.
Sounds good.
I will just move you to here.
The murder hobo in me was insane.
What was that, sorry?
The murder hobo in me just wanted to murder Ernst so bad.
I think it's massive character growth for Grinner that you didn't just go snap his neck.
That was first thought, so
That's
character growth definitely there.
Look what you got.
Let's jump back to the other 5. Seems we are about to be interrupted. No matter.
Well, just quick question: if we burn down the church, do you let us go from your lands?
We're not burning down the church.
I know, just curious what he's offering.
That is the start. That would be a good beginning.
Okay, no, then you can probably go fuck yourself.
Ah, see. So you too think yourself brave? Think yourself
I think
powerful?
you scam.
Why don't you?
One more thing with you?
Why don't
I think
you?
you're just not giving our friend here enough options. I think that's what he's getting at.
As he turns towards Theodore, why don't you kneel? I'll need a wisdom save from you, please, Theodore.
Yeah, fair enough. Is this a spell effect?
This is a spell effect.
Cool, I get advantage then.
You do.
And I'm pretty happy about that.
10, not great.
Oh,
11, also not great.
I have a +7 with advantage, and the best I can do is 11.
I
Apparently.
have a +2, got 22. Wow, that's harsh.
Theodore, as you hear this word kneel wash over
Wait,
you,
I also have a +1 on those saves, just as a
it's
FYI.
12
Just
total. No,
Yeah.
that does
Oh,
not.
fuck.
Do you think
Well,
that beats
wow.
Strahd's DC? As this sound washes over you, and you hear this kneel echoing in your mind. The next second you know, you're just kneeling on the ground looking up.
Can I, as I'm starting to kneel, transform into a 4-legged animal so I don't lose face?
No, you have to kneel. That is the instruction you were
enough.
given. You have to
Alright.
follow the instruction.
Yeah, magic.
Yep. Fair enough.
As you land on your knees, like just dropping in your eagerness to please your lord and master,
Just superhero landing.
bruising your kneecaps and just dropping straight onto your knees, and then suddenly shaking your head as if coming out of a daze. Very good.
Sir, if you can force him to bow down like that, why don't you just force him to go and burn the church on his own?
Raspip,
Because
it is
that's-
quiet time.
Yeah, shut up, Raspip.
Because that is easy. I have done that so many times. There's no pleasure for me in making you do things. The pleasure is having you do things. The horror of what you've done haunting you forever. Wondering if you made the right choice. That is pure bliss.
This kind of sounds like a painting we saw when we were in a manor previously. I wrote down most of the description
Yeah?
inside the manor prior to us getting teleported here. I've
Yeah.
got the description there. I'm just going to read it out.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to use my silent image to paint a gold canvas with my hands, and then as I'm saying these things, I'm going to paint the picture from Jonor, and it's I think I've got session 2 here, the painting
Yep.
in the living room that had the family up there. So
From the
castle
Durst Manor.
overlooking- Yeah, from the Durst Manor. So castle overlooking the village, sun is peeking over the mountains. The high tower has a silhouette, has a figure Poking out over the edge, below them are two figures, men with blonde hair, women with dark raven hair, looking into each other's eyes. I can keep on going if you want to, unless you want to keep on.
I think that is enough. That's brilliant. Yep. Could you make me, Tomaz? Could you make me an Arcana check, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
9. Oh no, that was a 2. As you begin to create this scene, it's perfect. As you create it, you're doing it from memory. It's perfect as you create this painting. And right as you begin to paint the picture of the castle, you watch as the corpse suddenly jerks, looking down at the image. And this voice, previously so confident, so full of, I would say even like a bored self-assuredness. There's no hint of even self-doubt. Suddenly goes quiet and menacing Jonor. Where did you see this?
I have a bit of visions from time to time, and I get to see things.
Where did you see this painting? You said visions?
Yeah, I may have a little bit of divination in myself. I get to see things from time to time.
So, Jonor, technically you're lying, because you didn't see the painting in a vision. You saw the real painting in the Durst Manor.
I am definitely lying.
Could I have a deception check, please?
Yeah.
While that lie is obviously going on, I'm gonna almost gesture out again for the ring. Just.
Yep. 10, Jonor. You dare lie to me. You dare lie to me. And you watch as black tendrils of shadow begin leaking from the corpse as the eyes begin to shift into this blood red. I will wipe you and all your descendants from the earth. I will burn this place to the ground. You dare lie to me.
At that point, Theodore's gonna probably attack her.
Okay,
him.
Brilliant. I'm going to put us back into initiative in that case. As Theodore, it is the beginning of your turn, but before that happens, you watch as all of the candles in the room suddenly burn into flame. Not this warm orange and red, but this very ghostly blue, as this very harsh blue light is set across inside the room. As the corpse sort of moves, the hair suddenly unfurling and twisting, this dark red and black aura surrounding it. As the corpse looks towards Jonor, and you hear this, almost what sounds like a scream from inside the corpse. The sound of Lady Wokta's voice, screaming in agony. And you see emerging from inside her chest this ghostly form of Lady Wokta in agony. Dark red chains binding her, piercing through her flesh and binding her to this body as she screams, trying to escape. And then with this sudden rush, she's pulled back inside as the corpse bursts into this blue flame. And that is the beginning of Theodore's go.
She's still there, or is she
still corpse there? Just you see this almost like ghostly apparition try and claw itself free of the corpse before these chains pull it back inside.
Alrighty then. Yeah, look,
and that is where we jump back in.
More than a little threatening to my guy, so I will be using a bonus action to transform into my Bjornling.
Yep.
Before just springing straight across the table and chomping down on her face.
Brilliant. As you, go ahead and make a melee attack.
I like the way you said that.
16 hits, 7 damage.
No, I'm not raging yet, don't worry.
As the corpse takes, as you bite down, you feel the brittle, desiccated, burned corpse crack underneath your very strong Beornling teeth. And then suddenly this dark red and black, almost like shadow leaking from the corpse, suddenly begins rushing out of this hole that you've bitten, back up into you and wrapping around you. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep, that's fair enough. Con. Is it a spell effect?
14. No, this is not a spell effect, unfortunately. This is a...
plus 1, because I still get the benefits of my cloak when I'm wild-shaped.
Plus 1, so that's a 15. 15 is the DC. As the dark red and black aura rushes back up, you feel this cold permeating throughout your body as you feel your very life essence being drained from you back down into this corpse. And as you feel this, you hear that scream of Lady Walker in your ears. This like... coming through the connection between this as you bite into the corpse. And just as you feel that cold begin to seep into you, you focus, center yourself, and let out your own roar, forcing off this effect, the red and black tendrils pulling back into the corpse away from you as you shake them off, biting down and clawing away at them. Would you like to make your second attack?
I surely would. So no damage at all?
You don't take any damage because you passed the con save.
Woo!
That would have been pretty brutal damage. And apologies for podcast listeners with headphones in right now. That scream probably came out quite loud, so enjoy that. 18 hits, 11 slashing damage. It's brilliant. That's awesome. Anything else on your turn, Theodore?
Yeah, just big hearty roar.
Big hearty roar. Next up is Ernst Lank. Ernst awakens, finds himself hogtied, and swears. Raspip! It is your go, Raspipical Padidopoulos III. That's his
how
full
did
name.
you know
Did
my character's full name?
I can see your character sheet.
All right. Raspip is going to run up behind Theodore.
Yeah, the big bear.
And and give the big bear a 3rd level spell haste.
Ooh, okay.
I thought he was going to catapult Theodore.
I was fully expecting a bearapult, catabear. Now Andrew's like, I can do
so
that.
the bear has +2 armor class, gets an advantage on dex saving throws, and it gets an additional action that it can use to make an attack every turn.
My God.
It is
Brilliant.
handy. That's good.
My man.
And so Raspip, as soon as he touches the bear with that, he's then going to run basically around the corner, somewhere where he can't be hit because he's on 1 health.
Yep, I was going to say.
So I slap the bear's ass and keep going?
Yeah, literally. Bam! Faster, Betsy.
Just that little love tap on the way through.
Yeah. Jonor, it is your turn.
Just get him.
Seeing that awful, horrific thing occur in front of him, I think he's honestly going to be fairly spooked by that. And he was scared to begin with, and he's really poked the bear. I think he would be terrified of that thing. So I think a sanity check is probably in
I would love for you to make me a sanity check. Absolutely.
Man. He's volunteered himself.
14. Let me quickly pull open your current sanity, Jonor. Oh, that is not a pass. Jonor.
Oh, no.
So, here's what happens. Could you please... you're okay. So your roll is just under, but it's under by less than 5, which means that you only reduce your sanity score by 1. So I can do that here, and I will let you know that sanity score. So you are now down to... Brilliant. You do not take a madness yet. No madness, because you didn't fail by a large enough amount to take a madness. But you are afraid of this thing.
For sure. Well, with that, I think he's going to take a couple steps backwards. Seeing that thing pop out from the chest, he's going to fumble backwards a little bit. He's going to slap on a mage hand. Sorry, not a mage hand, a mage armor.
Yep.
So he'll use that as his action. He'll take a couple steps backwards and then use his telekinesis to try and just pull the ring away from the corpse. So.
Ooh, okay. So, could you please roll me as if it was a spell attack, so a d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah, sure. Where would I get? Yeah, I'll just get there.
Did you
Just do it
make
as if
me
it's a
yourself
ranged
or
spell
me?
attack.
If you look in your spells tab, it should have a. Yeah.
12.
Yeah, that's perfect.
As you reach out, you're summoning your mage hand and sending it flying forwards. Your jacked as shit mage hands that has like these like pulsing veins tries to grab at the ring, and as it grabs onto it and tries to pull it, it's just not strong enough to pull it out of the grip of the Lady Wokta's remains.
Well, I'm going to walk backwards and probably bump into Luther, and that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Tithla, it's your go. And actually, given what you just witnessed, actually, that's a very good point you bring up, Jonor. Given what you just witnessed of this like corpse suddenly screaming as the ghost tries to pull its way out, I actually think that is fair. I think probably everyone who witnesses that should roll a sanity check. Raspip, your sanity is calculated using the following, because I realize you probably haven't set up your sanity. So to calculate your sanity, it is 10 plus your wisdom or intelligence modifier, your choice, plus your constitution modifier. So if you just want to roll
seen that? Would I have seen that given the fact that I started not in line of sight of Strahd and ended not in line of Strahd?
You actually wouldn't have seen it. That's a good point. No, so it's just, we just need ones from Luther, Theodore, and Tithla.
So
Tithla, that's a 7.
Go.
7, that's,
So my
that's
question-
it's definitely a madness.
I guess the question I have.
How?
Yeah.
With Luther, he's riding a bit of a high at the moment because he resisted Strahd being like torn to the ground.
I will
Would that
make
have
the
any bearing on
DC.
this?
I'll make the DC slightly easier for you. That is a really good point.
Oh.
Like you, and that natural 20
I'll be
on
like-
resisting that effect. I agree. I will make it a slightly easier DC for you, definitely.
That's fine.
And for everyone else?
Likewise,
no.
could I argue
roll.
that due to being
18.
forced to kneel, the overwhelming rage I feel makes it easier to resist sanity because I don't really care what he's doing. I just want him to die.
Here's the crazy thing, though, Theodore. The lasting effects of that spell, kneeling still feels like what you should be doing.
I mean, if
There's
I was
this
DM, I'd allow
ongoing-
it, but
I know, but you're not. So there's this ongoing feeling of subjugation still fresh in your mind. This feeling of I would say this. I don't want to say like maybe not need to be subjugated because that sounds really fucking weird. More like
Pinky, Daddy Strahd.
I said it anyway.
Because I was trying to I was stumbling over what I was trying to say. I think what I'm trying to say
Thank
here
you,
is like
Strahd, Daddy.
it's you still feel so small and so powerless before him. Being forced to kneel before this creature after he just said a single word, it doesn't feel great. Like the rage hasn't hit yet. It's still shame at this point.
Yeah. Alright. So I just hit the sanity roll and then
Just hit the sanity roll. Luther 18 definitely passes.
Hey.
Theodore 18 passes. So Tithla, I actually need you to roll me on the madness table, my friend. So the way that works, so you failed. What was your roll? Sorry, it was a
7.
oh Tithla. So
We should jump out the window now.
that is
Burned
a
and crispy.
that is a
Can't walk
failure. That's
properly.
almost a failure by 10, which would have decreased your sanity score by 2. In this case, it's not. It's just decreasing your sanity score by 1.
I should be thankful then.
You should be, but it does bring you down to the range of a temporary madness, a short-term madness. Could you please roll me a D100, and then a D10
60.
you've not done well
to
on
see
me
how long it lasts.
historically.
And a 2.
2. Okay, so 2 means it's only going to last 20 minutes. So that's not too bad.
Oh,
Could be
only?
worse. Only 20 minutes.
I'm so glad that I spent this whole time thinking about
60.
what my action would be.
I know. Well, so 60. Tithla, you must use your action each round to attack the nearest creature, as you can no longer distinguish friend from foe.
Damn.
For 20 minutes.
And
Oh,
I'm
no, that's-
assuming the goal is damage.
You must damage. At this point, you're just
Yeah.
like everything you see looks like an enemy, a threat, and in the fight-flight part of your brain, flight has almost been disabled. There's just you're now rage Tithla, essentially. Yeah. It's think of it as you've just taken a load of bath salts and they've hit you really, really unfortunately.
The PCP's gone mad, man.
Yeah. Someone made this in a toilet, and the resulting chemical
shows.
concoction that you've taken, it shows.
The extra harpic in the drugs is not hitting well.
Somewhat brilliantly, it is actually Tithla's go. Tithla.
So my question for the DM.
Hello.
We keep forgetting about Tithla's Drake.
Yeah.
Would the Drake have been allowed entry?
Yeah, I would say that you probably would be.
The Drake
allowed
is
to. It's
considered
it's like your
small at
companion
this
animal.
stage.
Let me chuck the Drake in with you. You definitely would have had your Drake. Give me a moment, I'll chuck it next to you. Oh no, I see why you're asking that question. I think you might have to attack your Drake.
Oh, I wasn't going to ask that. I was going to use the Drake.
No,
attack.
that actually makes a
Stab
lot of
it.
sense.
The Drake is
It's
your
not-
closest
The Drake is
creature.
not madness.
Is it closest creature? Okay.
Oh, that's even.
Oh, it's not gonna like that.
It is bound. It is.
It has to love you.
Man kicks dog.
Come into my yard and kick my dog.
Oh no.
Is it considered a creature?
Yeah. Oh boy.
It's definitely not a creature.
It's
Hang
not a
on,
chair.
let me have a look.
It walks and
As an
listens to
action,
your
you
commands.
magically summon the Drake that is bound to you.
Yep.
It appears in unoccupied space, blah, blah, blah. The Drake is friendly to you and your companions.
On its
Yeah,
stats.
so kick it.
Yeah.
Not for
Oh,
long.
yeah, on a stat at small dragon. Okay, it's a creature.
Oh, it's a creature. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
So is that going to be another like failed psych check for kicking?
Every time.
Yeah.
It should
that's-
be.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it won't be.
maybe do one big one at the end and we'll...
1d1.
DC 19 sanity check.
Don't make Jacob cry. Okay, shit, sorry, because I was going to be doing ranged attacks and now I'm clearly not. I will be dropping... Tithla will drop her longbow and pull out her hand axe and a dagger
Oh god.
to do 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Carve it up.
Oh, this is so bad.
Yep. And she will attack with the dagger first.
Yep.
Oh.
That's
I'll be honest.
17.
This doesn't feel great.
It's AC is 17, so
I
that
feel like a
hits.
man that doesn't have control over this.
This doesn't feel great. I don't have control of
and
this. Look, Tithla rolled the 60 on the D100.
Hey Owen, can you make the noises every time the Drake gets hurt, please?
That was a terrible noise. I was just going for the worst possible noise I could think of. 7 damage.
So the first
Oh, man.
dagger hits, and that's so it's down to 18 health.
As you stab in with the dagger, the Drake's kind of like standing protectively in front of you, and as you just stab into it from behind, is Tithla screaming? Is she yelling? What's she doing? Or is it just
I
cold,
think
calm
she's
fury, just like,
crying in fear.
oh, okay.
I think it would be tears, and it is just the pure panic and lashing out at whatever is right next to her.
Yeah, okay.
It's almost like
and
it's
she
almost like
has-
blind strikes. You're just like
Your
you're
enemies are
grabbing your like
bounded.
melee weapon and just swinging around or whatever's like close. It's not like you're targeting.
Just windmilling.
Absolutely.
As the Drake lets out this pained cry, startlement, as it turns around and sees you standing over it, terrified, just stabbing in with the dagger, the Drake looks confused and scared.
Oh no!
And with that, I then attack with a hand axe.
Okay.
I've got a stab
Oh,
here.
thank
And if
God
you
it
happen to
doesn't
fill that
hate.
space.
As you see the face of the Drake, Tithla, there's kind of a moment where you pause, and then as you swing forwards with the hand axe, it just smacks into the wood next to the Drake. The Drake sort of like looking up, really confused as you just are attacking it.
Can I be shit?
Yeah.
We've been in combat, and the Drake hasn't done anything, so
So it
it
is
would
the
have
Drake's
thus
go.
far been taken to dodge action.
Ah, so you'd have disadvantage.
Yes.
Yes, so actually, in that case, then that first attack with your dagger wouldn't hit.
Great.
So would you like to roll, just roll 2 more hand axes, and we'll see if any of them hit. 4's not going to hit. Don't even.
4 and a
don't even
16
worry.
also misses.
Disadvantage. Both miss. The Drake is not injured. As you try to stab at it,
Hooray.
the Drake doesn't even notice. As you like stab the wood next to it, pull out your axe, slam it down on the other side, and the Drake just doesn't even notice. It's not even looking at you. Tithla, anything else on your go?
No, because I think that is the bonus action to use that. No, that's it. She's got nothing else.
Does she
Luther.
like to run away from all her friends?
Oh,
I think she's in a state of panic. If anything, she's going to back into that. Yeah, that's what she'll do. She'll then back into that doorway so that 3 of the walls around her are solid, and then any threats can only come at her from the front.
Yep, absolutely. Luther.
okay. There's a lot happening. Pretty sure.
That's one
Okay,
way to
so
put
we've got Theo being attacked by Lady Wachter. Tithla, I've just seen Tithla start because I'm like sort of in that position where I can
Yeah.
see sort of everything unfolding. So Raspip's like ran past me like dead, pretty much with 1 HP.
I've bumped into your chest. I'm walking backwards, just like
Tithla's
bumped into you.
bumped into me. Tithla's like just trying to stab her Drake, and I'm sure I saw before Grinner just going past the window upstairs. But look, I think the biggest threat still at the moment is Lady Wachter. What Tithla did though was very alarming, but probably don't have time to just have a chat with her now and like calm her down.
Can't unpack that.
So I'm going to jump up on
Yeah.
the table, get some height so I can get a better clear shot at Lady Wachter, so it doesn't really impact on Theo too much. So yeah, I guess I'll take some more shots.
Brilliant. Please fire away.
All right, so 11
They
miss.
ricochet. I was just fire away, fire away. They ricochet as your bullets just fail to hit. 11.
16.
16's a bit better. 16 will hit.
So that's 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damagios. Mark that
Don't really want
off.
to use any of that stuff.
The Drake is just barking at Tithla, unsure of what she's doing.
Okay, yeah. Don't really. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to action surge. I may as well just dump it on
Okay.
Lady Wachter. I'm going to do another two attacks.
Brilliant. Please roll. 24 and
Okay.
26 are both going to hit 5 and 7 damage. Brilliant.
Not the best damage. Unfortunately, I rolled a 1 for damage and a 3 out of a potential D10, so that's a bit disappointing, but that's fine.
That is the threshold breached. Fantastic. As
Don't know what that
this
means.
damage
Excuse
is
me?
dealt, yeah, it's the threshold that's been hit there. As the damage is dealt, you hear this sound of shattering metal, and you watch as this ghostly chain suddenly shoots out of the Lady Fiona Wachter's chest before splintering apart into the individual links that then scatter on the floor before sinking through. As the corpse suddenly freezes and twitches, this ghostly hand reaches out, grabs onto the head as it pulls itself out of the chest of this corpse. Only 2 chains still remaining, as it lets out this scream that echoes through the house. I need everyone who can hear it, which does still include Grinner. Grinner as well. I need all of you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Cool. Glad I'm in bear form for that.
That's a 3 for Raspip. That's a 3 for Jonor. 25 for Grinner. 17 for Luther.
is it a spell effect?
6 for Theo. No, it's not a spell effect. It's a creature.
Add 1 to that, so 7.
7. That is still a fail. Oh boy.
Actually, I want a quick question. How would Tithla react to this, considering that she's already, like, mad?
This is not madness.
Okay.
Tithla, 14 is not a pass. Luther, 17 is a pass. Grinner, 25 is a pass. Raspip and Jonor, 3 is not a pass.
Oh, man.
Neither
Alrighty.
is a 6, I assume.
6 is not a pass either. Jonor, yours is a natural 1, so this is going to be slightly worse for you. Sorry, buddy. As you hear this, just coming out from inside this ghostly form as it pulls itself forward. That is going to be... and as the Drake lets out this cry, we better get the Drake to roll con save too, actually, Tithla. Thank you, Lucy, for reminding me of that. I need a... Okay, I'm just going to go check on Lucy in 2 seconds.
Yeah, look, I didn't think I'd screw everyone by mentioning that, but that's what I've done.
No. That's no issue at all, man.
Yeah, look at you going for some roleplay and just sinking the party.
Yeah.
All right, we don't need to live.
It's very optional. I mean,
if
come
you
back
got
as
any
undead Strahd
subjects-
minions.
Did we end up putting TPK question mark in
For this session, did that end up
Nope,
happening?
I am back. Doggo's having a little discussion over who gets the chewy toy. As this scream, you can hear the chewy toy right there. As the scream echoes out, everyone who rolled under, what are you rolling, Tithla? D20 plus 2.
That was for the Drake.
Drake.
Oh, that's not good. 8 is also a fail. So everyone who failed, that is going to be that's 17 points of necrotic damage. Everyone who passed will take half of that, which is 8.
17, you said?
17.
That's a number.
It is a number.
like
It's not a bad. It's not a bad number either.
Hey, when did we last have a rest of any variety?
How long
The
ago?
last 14
Right?
days ago.
Before this
Yeah.
encounter, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like just
I mean,
before.
usually pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Was that a-
No, because we then fought a tree this morning.
Oh, there are some people who
Yeah.
fought a tree in the morning. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
fair.
Okay, I'm one of the tree people.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Raspip,
are.
you're down, aren't you?
I'm on minus 16.
Are you like proper dead with that?
Do you have
No,
16
it's
hits?
not his.
I
Not his
don't
max.
think so.
That's
But
a
that
lot
is
more.
going to be an injury check, Raspip. Could you please roll me
Yeah.
a d20? The DC is the damage that knocked you to 0, which is 17. So it's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, you plus
Come
one.
on, take an injury, Raspip. Take a
Oh,
fucking
yes.
3. That's an injury. Raspip, could you please roll me one more d20 and I will pull open the necrotic
man, don't
damage
roll 3 again.
injury table. 3's bad. don't
Welcome to my life.
roll. Yeah.
Oh,
15.
This time it's loses all fingers.
That'd be pretty funny. 15. 15 is drained. The necrotic energy has drained you of life and vitality, pushing you into a depressive mood. You gain no bonus to initiative during combat. You do not benefit from any features such as bardic inspiration, heroism, inspiring leader feat, which rely or any other feat which rely on engaging or inspiring you. The injury will self-resolve after 1 week, or healing magic can be used to quickly restore you. You are depressed. It's in chat.
Sucks.
Yeah, you are now depressed.
What a bummer.
Yep. As you are drained of all life, and as your lifeless corpse just drops to the ground, Raspip. Actually, no, you still got a bit of life in you. You're just unconscious. As your mostly lifeless corpse drops to the ground like a little tiny little puppet. You sort of like collapse partway through an open door into the kitchen as you just drop. Luther, it is still your go technically because you just took 2
Oh, yeah.
actions, and that was a reaction to your go, hitting a
Oh yeah, good
damage
point. I
threshold.
completely forgot about that.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for, baby. Well, it looks like someone in chat has
yeah.
had to roll a con save. What was your con save, chat? Because you could hear it too. I want to see your con save. Let's see if you're
Let's
still
roll
up.
my eyes.
Nah, I want to roll a dice. Let's see how you survive. Anything else on your turn, Luther?
Okay. I'm gonna see Raspip just drop. Tithla, I sort of look at Tithla. She just, I imagine you'd be rocking back and forth with your weapons clutch.
Yeah, her eyes are darting back and forth, side to side. She's got a dagger in one hand, hand axe in the other.
I'm
Just
gonna-
like panting and crying and just
I'm gonna
tears
do a
flowing.
free interaction with Tithla. Tithla, are you okay? What's wrong?
Don't come near me!
I mean, can you help out Raspip? Is that a
Get back!
okay?
Holding up a
Don't
dagger.
send her near
at something.
Raspip.
No, I'm gonna jump down. 'Cause, yeah, I'm gonna jump.
Oh, actually, that table's not there anymore, Luther. Sorry, that table's the one that's blocked up against the door that Tithla's hiding up
Oh,
against.
Okay, then I
There's
use
still some
one of the
chairs. You could have jumped on a
I
chair.
use
yeah.
some of the chairs, I guess, to get some height. Okay, that's no issue. I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna go, Jonor, we might need your expertise here. You got any healing hands or anything? That'd be great. If that's still available, I don't know.
Yeah, no, pass.
Cool. Grinner.
I'm gonna drag Raspip into the kitchen at least, if I can.
Okay.
If I can. I don't have.
Yeah. No, you can drag Raspip into the kitchen. That's fine.
All right, I'll just drag him a little bit into maybe here.
I'm very small.
He is very small. Grinner, you're upstairs all by
And
yourself.
just bring
sure
yourself
am.
next to me.
Look at me go. I'm gonna just. I'm on a mission. I'm on a bones mission. I'm on a make sure nothing else gets into that other room and bones mission. So I'm running this way.
Yeah, bones.
10,
Those guys.
15, 20,
Nice. The bones.
25, 30, 35, 40. And I'm not being quiet about it in the slightest. I'm
Cool.
just like going full stompy run. Did I go past any doors?
Yeah, you did.
They
You
are all
passed. You
shut.
passed a number of doors. Yeah.
Which ones look the most important doors?
So there's a number of doors which look like they lead, just single doors, which look like they lead into probably bedrooms or other rooms. And you can hear, as you run past, you can hear like, what was that? Coming from some of the rooms. Right next to you, though, at the top of the stairs as you run to the landing, you can see a set of double doors leading into a room beyond that. I mean, that's probably the most standout room, the big double doors.
Can I run that way instead then and like bust through the door?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me quickly move the dynamic lighting in. As you bust into the room,
Holy
Grinner,
shit, what is
you
that?
see there are quite a large number of cats in this room. I'm going to read out what you see in here.
They're all imps.
As
One
you,
would say an excessive number of cats.
as you push
actually.
your way into the room, this is what you see. This room is crawling with cats. Bookshelves hug the walls, but most of the shelves are bare. There is a desk, a chair, a table, and a small wine cabinet. But the room itself is quite a regular shape. Cats of all shapes and sizes prowl around the room, some lounging on top of tables, others sort of looking out the windows across the lands beyond. And as you burst through into the room, a number of the cats turn towards you, looking a little bit startled, tails sort of twitching in the air. And one of them, the one closest to you, leans forward a little bit, sniffs you, looks up and goes, as you step in.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
What you were expecting in this room, I take it.
New. Is it like it's library? It's like a big library. Is that?
It looks
what
like
I'm
a
looking at?
library and a study.
Any bones on display?
No bones on display as you first barge into the room. Would you like to make me an investigation or a perception check, please?
Yeah, I can do that. I think. Oh, come on, load. Investigation or perception. Sorry, there we go.
11. As you look around, you can't really see any bones on display. Maybe hidden away.
I might be running out of time here, but do magical bones that protect a church seem like the sort of thing that would get damaged easily?
You don't know. If it's a magic item, you know most magic items are quite sturdy and resistant, but if they're bones, then no. And Grinner's history with magical items and history of magic probably doesn't prepare you.
Pretty limited.
Yeah.
Can I roll a are you an actual cat on that cat?
You could do a nature check or a insight check, I guess.
Yeah,
Or a perception check if you want to do that instead. Although you've done a perception check already, so I'd argue probably something a bit different. So maybe insight or nature.
I'll do a nature. How bad could it be?
How bad could it be? Natural 20 for a total of 19. -1. As you look at the cats in the room, they all look like cats. You have a quick glance over. You don't know cats very well, Grinner, but as you look over, they all do seem to be cats. They're acting very cat-like. There's no behavior that seems to indicate they're anything other. But you do hear, as you do that, you hear come from the next room. But it sounds like a human voice making that noise, coming from a room to the south of you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I have anything left to do on my turn after that, though.
That's your full turn. The Lady Fiona Wachter. Or, sorry, I should say, the Lady Fiona Wachter's corpse.
Can I jump in real quick?
Hello.
I just looked back. The Drake had taken damage, so the scream would have made it dissolve.
Oh no! When did the Drake take damage?
Drake dissolve.
The second
When it
strike.
Yeah, when everyone screamed.
Yep. Sorry, Tithla.
It's probably for the best, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, now there's no creatures close to Tithla, so.
So she'll
The
have
creature closest to Tithla, not close to Tithla.
So
That's
it was actually the best target because they had good AC and it was dodging. Now it's like Jonor with like
and can be respawned at will.
Yeah, and now I can go back to my favored attack type of just ranged. So
Exactly. Perfect. The Lady Fiona Wachter. The ghost that is trying to pull itself out of this corpse. You can see the corpse is starting to dissolve slightly. Ash beginning to pull off as it begins to fall apart. As the ghost tries to pull itself free. You can see more chains holding it in place. And as the ghost reaches out and brushes up against Theodore, Theodore does a 17 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that is going to be 8
think about
points
15.
of necrotic damage. As this ghost hand reaches out, tries to grab onto you to pull itself free. As these fingers reach out, grab onto your fur and sink into your flesh and then pull against you. You feel this cold emanating from that spot as the ghost tries to pull itself free. It's now up past its shoulders. You can see that there are still 2 large hooks and these chains holding it in place. And as it reaches out and turns towards Jonor's the only other person it can see. And as it looks towards you, Jonor, help me! As it lets out
Terrifies me
this
more.
blast of cold, icy air from its mouth. Does a 14 with mage armor? I don't think a 14 hits you when you got mage
Just
armor.
no.
Just no. Is your AC 15, is it?
oh nice.
That's right.
You
13 plus
lucky
2.
son of a bitch. 14 is not enough to hit Jonor as this blast of icy cold air flies out. It just washes over you, Jonor. The magic that you've summoned to protect yourself, just reflecting this effect back and dissipating the magic. As this happens, you hear the voice again coming from inside the corpse. This is fun, isn't it? Feel alive. This challenge makes your heart beat faster, warms your blood. I have more challenges in mind for you. When you are ready. And then the voice fades as the corpse begins twitching again. Theodore.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna. I assume the haste faded when Raspip went down.
Yeah, haste is gone when Raspip
That's
dropped.
unfortunate.
Sorry.
Sucks.
So I will slap it.
Are you raging?
Oh yeah, I will rage first.
Cocaine bear.
Good now.
Yeah, going full cocaine bag. Need to remember to do that.
Do you have any bonus to hit with your claws when you are raging?
No.
14 is
I do
just not enough, sorry.
That's
Damn.
That's
The
sad.
16
That
looks so
would've been-
juicy.
Yeah.
So good.
16
I will-
damage. I know, it would have been nice.
It would
I
go
will,
to 18. as well.
18 with a yeah. I'll then bite.
20's
you
good. 20's good.
Plus 2 on that damage there.
12 damage. Brilliant. As you bite down, you actually tear off one of her limbs. You actually tear off the leg. And as you throw it against the wall, it just explodes into ash.
Fair enough. Great. I am then going to run over to Tithla, and while I can't talk,
As you move out of range of
yeah,
the
that's cool. Hit
corpse
me.
of the Lady Fiona Wachter, one of the chains that was hanging loose, the one that was mostly dissipated, streaks out and tries to wrap around you. Could you please make me a dexterity saving throw, Theodore, as the bear?
Sure can. I get. I'm raging, so I do get advantage on that.
You do. Absolutely do. You're the best person that this could be done to right now. 9's not great. If you could roll higher than that next time.
I did, yes.
Plus your bear's dex. Is that only +1?
No, I get +1 on the saving throw because of my. That's from the bear. So I get +1 on top of that, and
That's enough.
Yep. Cool.
16,
Sweet.
16 is enough. 16 is enough. You may move as normal. As these chains try to wrap around you, they are unable to hold you in place. They don't deal any damage.
I give it a big nope. I can't talk, but can I use like my free interact action to kind of nuzzle Tithla and let her know that it's okay?
Absolutely.
You get bear nuzzled.
Pushing you away.
Do you want to make me, Theodore? Do you want to make me a goblin handling check?
Would that be under, let's say, performance? Actually, animal handling's the same as anything. I'll take animal handling.
Goblin handling check.
Beast handling.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm confident this will be good. 20. Tithla, as this massive creature runs towards you and then just like gently boops you, you're still terrified. You're still very, very much in the aggressive form. But this creature had an opportunity to attack you but didn't take it. I'm going to reduce the duration of your madness by a number.
Can I roll it?
You can roll it, yeah. Do you want to roll
Can Haz roll it?
Maybe
Haz can roll it. Do you want to roll a D6, please, Haz?
Oh yeah, great. Take a D6 off 20 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 by 4?
4 minutes.
You sure that's not 4 rounds, Owen?
That's less. 4 rounds is less than 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's actually less.
That's like
Takes 24
20 seconds.
Alright.
Given that thus far it's been 6 seconds, I'll take 4 minutes.
I thought you.
Then after the little boop, I'll spin round and just stand protectively over Tithla.
I'm gonna get stabbed.
In your ass.
I'm aware of that, but I'm not letting my little
I think
gob get.
Tifla's going to try and make a new asshole for you. Ernst can't do anything on his turn, so I may as well take him out of the initiative order. But the good news is that immediately after his turn are the Wachter boys, who... 16. Nikolai Wachter... Oh no, that's not right. Please move the right ones. Nikolai Wachter and Karl Wachter. I'll take Ernst off. Grinner, emerging from the doors behind you, 2 young men push their way in. One of them kind of like looking down the stairs while the other one peers in through the door. As they see you, the younger one, who has a little bit of a shorter beard, pauses. Who the fuck are you? What are you doing in our house?
Hey, I know you lot. I saw you scamper after that fucking wolf.
What the fuck are you doing in our house?
Killing your mum for starters.
Did you say that?
Silly fucks. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Grinner.
Killing your mum for starters.
That's a t-shirt. As Grinner says that, they pause, they look at each other, and then you watch as they reach into their jackets and pull out swords, Grinner, and they're both going to try and attack you.
Yeah, they are.
Does a 16 hit you, Grinner?
It does, yes.
That's going to be 7 damage.
Okay.
Grinner, does a 15 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
That's going to be 6 damage, Grinner.
Okay.
As they both stab at you and are blocking the door. Get away from our cats! They call out as you do that. Raspip, I believe I'm going to need a death saving throw. That's a 2.
Oh.
That's a fail. Raspip. As the darkness begins closing in around you, you can see the mists swirl. All around you, you can feel the presence of other souls. Millions of them. All of them like yourself. Travelers, adventurers, mercenaries, heroes. And you feel this sense of despair coming from all of them. Next up is Jonor.
He's going to continue taking a step backwards and fumble over a chair, push it out of the way, grab a firebolt, and just launch it into that corpse.
A firebolt?
So, firebolt.
I thought fireball for a second. I got really excited.
That's fair.
17's going to hit, 8 fire damage. Jonor, that is the next threshold as the second chain snaps. The ghost claws its way up to its torso. The lower body of the ashen corpse beginning to disintegrate into ash as the corpse reaches out and looks towards you, Jonor. Just letting out this awful, like, screeching cry.
That's awful. He does not enjoy that. Again, he's going to try and grab that ring using his mage hand.
Do you know what I've just realised? Technically, you still would have the fear effect. Do you want to make me a wisdom saving throw to see if you're still affected by the fear?
Absolutely. That's first.
22. So carry on as
Nice.
normal. Carry on as normal.
Fantastic.
Mage hand for the ring? Absolutely. Do you want to roll me
Just
a
pulls it
spell
away.
attack?
Absolutely.
Just do it as if it's a
I'm
fireball.
just going to use a firebolt again.
Yeah, that's
Let's see if
perfect.
that button doesn't work. Oh, did it work?
10. Oh, Jonor. Do you have any? I said 10's not amazing. Do you have any inspirations or advantages? Let me check and see if there's any advantages chat have given you that I've got recorded.
What about that thing?
I do
where
have
you
one
can-
sitting there. I'm going to take the opportunity there to listen to the DM, and I'm going to use my inspiration and have another crack.
Do you want to use that 15 you've already rolled?
Yeah, that is the second time I've rolled it. so
15's
15.
enough, Jonor.
Yes. Different type of divination.
As you reach out with your jacked as shit mage hand, this like pulsing muscular hand, it just snatches the ring out of the fingers, punches the hand, and then floats back towards you, holding the ring.
Great. It'll just pull at 5. That's what it does.
Right. You now have the ring. Anything else on your turn, Jonor?
And that's it. That's all he
Thank
does.
you, Haz, for creating that mock-up of the t-shirt, killing your mum for starters. That's great. I'll put that in the Discord. That's awesome. Alrighty. You still got movement, Jonor, if you want to take it.
No, he's walking backwards in fear.
Okay, cool. Tithla.
Get away from me! Back away!
And she's gonna
Stabbed a bear in
slash
the
at-
anus.
at Theo. Does she have to?
The ghost of Raspip that's currently being pulled into the mists of Barovia requests that you do not put the ring in.
Is there
Oh,
nothing
Jonor.
else that Tithla? What, can you read me the?
Make a wisdom saving throw. So the temporary madness, unfortunately. Let me read it out. It is.
Read me again. Let me-
I'll
let me see what I'm
paste it.
playing.
I'll paste it in chat too. Here we go. The character.
Just got hit with enemies abound.
Yeah.
So yeah, what does Tithla see? Is it like all these ghostly forms around her? Like
It doesn't.
on
It's
her
not. It's
periphery,
not
like-
as
just
obvious as
a-
a hallucination. It just says the character must use his or her action each round to attack the nearest creature.
Now the best.
Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. That being said,
If there was no one you could see in range, technically you wouldn't trigger that.
that's fine. So Tithla's going to move before taking her action.
Yep.
Given that, I think
She's
that's
terrified
okay
now,
because
yeah.
We just had.
Yeah.
We just had Theo like play friends as well.
Hmm.
So she's gonna go 5, 10, 15.
I feel like if Tifla's really scared, she'd just close her eyes, and then she couldn't see anyone near her.
I
Do
will
the
say
do the
this.
baby no object
Tithla-
permanence move.
Tiffany yeets herself out the same window that Grinner had previously shattered. As you land outside on the ground,
So she runs
Tiffla,
outside, dives
and look
through
around the
that
corner.
window.
You can see Ernst lying on the ground,
Just shooting him.
hog-tied.
The way that Tithla ran out, she can't see Ernst, but she can
Okay.
see Luther through the window.
No.
That
Perfect.
was where I moved
Yep.
without knowing.
Great.
I will also say that Tithla, in a panic, didn't pick up her bow. that
Okay.
She then dropped on the ground.
Ah,
Okay.
nice.
All
So
right,
she
you
will
just
throw
throw a
the
dagger.
dagger and the hand axe at Luther.
Please knock Luther to 0 doing this.
Probably
It's
the
hilarious.
first one would
Should
have
have to
to
do
be used
36
just break the
damage to
window.
not be to 0.
If it's 2 crits,
Even then,
Is there a solid window right there between Tithla
it's
and
glass.
Luther,
Yeah, it's a
though?
solid glass window.
So would the first one only break the window?
The first one would be with disadvantage, and it's going to shatter the window unless you get like a natural 1.
Alright. Alright,
Also,
disadvantage
has I genuinely need that
with the
shirt?
dagger.
Another interesting thing to
23,
18.
18. What's your AC, Luther?
Holy shit!
no, it hits. It hits.
That
But like,
Both?
wait, do, like the dagger.
just so it's just the disadvantage, so it's the 18.
Yeah.
rolls.
Oh,
some damage.
that's at 8.
Oh my god, Tithla! Tithla!
Going for the jugular.
And the hand axe,
Hand axe misses,
That's a
hand axe
12.
misses. Just rebounds off the wall. As this
Oh,
dagger,
that happens.
as you're like bent down looking over Raspip Luther, suddenly you feel the sharp pain, and as you like stand up, there's a dagger literally in the middle of your back. Luther, it's your turn.
Nice. Perfect. I look at Tithla. What is like her expression? What's her like?
Fear.
She's just like looking around now. Her hands are empty, and she's still just crying and afraid. And she's like got her back up against the wall, like trying to hide.
I sort of look at her and go, "What the hell, Tithla? I literally I literally defended you against like."
As you start
the
saying
lady
things,
in
she
there.
then like crouches down to like try and hide from you in a very fearful way.
Don't have time for this. I drag Raspip over to this corner.
Yep.
And I'm going to use an action to use my healing kit that so long ago I had brought.
Absolutely. So for healer's kit,
Nothing. It just
myself make a
automatically
wisdom saving throw.
stabilizes.
Yep. Oh no, you don't need to. You just expend it. You expend one use to stabilize a creature. Brilliant.
Then I have 9 other uses.
Raspip, you are no longer
I think
dying.
it's I've used it.
Yay!
But you're still at 0 hit points.
So I'm just sort of hanging out.
It's
Should've been dead.
just like casting Spare the Dying, but instead of casting Spare the Dying, you just like slap some salve on your face, and then he like spits on you after
You're right.
chewing a leaf.
Band-aid.
Yeah. Bam.
Fine,
Medical equivalent of duct
take it
tape.
at this stage.
Yeah. Anything else on your turn, Luke?
I do that. I'm going to come in here. You can see the Tithla sort of there. I'm going to come in. So, what's that? 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to go back here, so I'm sort of back with the party again, sort of helping them
far
out.
into the room, next to Jonor,
Ready-
just back from
yeah.
Theodore a bit.
Ready to
Oh, that would've
jump
been
in again
fun.
and help out. But
Sorry,
actually,
my
I will use...
No, roll again. Let's see if you would have died. So, Andrew, just for fun, has
no,
been
I'm
rolling some death
fine.
saves,
No, not yet.
Fine.
just to see if he would have gone down. It's not looking great, though.
That's 2
Alright,
fails. one
anything else to do,
success.
Thor?
Yeah, I'm going to do a bonus action Second Wind as I get some... I wonder if that rolls...
Hit pointies back.
No, it didn't. It doesn't do
Yeah,
that.
just-
I gotta do
if
it.
you just click on the 1d10 now, it would roll.
I just did it. I just did it like that.
Oh, that
I
works.
just
Got
Oh,
the
we
same.
rolled the same number.
But I get
That's
a plus 5 to that as well.
Yep. Plus
So
your
my
fighter
5
level,
will be a plus
absolutely.
5, so that's 13 back.
Grinner!
Me.
Better make this an intergenerational murder.
First point of order on that,
Hello.
though, is that massive scream. Did
Yeah.
that affect all the cats and other people up here?
The cat's ears just bleeding.
Bunch of
The-
dead
All the
cats in
cats
the room.
dead.
Grinner, for some reason, when the doors are closed, cats seem fine.
What about these 2 boys that have come into the room?
They seem okay too.
God damn it. Okay. I am... is it safe to say that he's got a dog end sticking out of his mouth?
Grinner would probably have a dog end sticking out of his mouth. That is on his official character art, so
It somehow survived going out the glass window and climbing up a wall.
I'm assuming
I love
Grinner
that.
at some point lit a new one.
Yeah, he did. 2, actually. He's been through about 2 by now. He's going to flick it amongst the books.
Oh wow, okay, yep.
And would that be counted as a bonus action, or what's that?
That's just a free action to like just flick a cigarette out of your mouth. Sure, yeah, it's a free action.
Sweet. Somewhere flammable, and he is going to fly into a rage
Oh, that's a surprise.
and try to tackle one of these guys down the stairs.
Sure. Do you want to make me a unarmed strike?
Yes, I do. Would that be an unarmed strike or some sort of grapply something?
You can just roll it as an unarmed strike as you try to like just push him down the stairs.
Alright, I love that. Let me find where that is, because that is not where I thought it
Be
was.
in your actions as one of the options.
Unarmed strike or tavern brawl, they're the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
natural
not how I
one.
thought this session was going to go. Natural one. As you like run to throw the punch, you just run right past him and then tumble down the stairs yourself. Could you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yes, I can.
Natural
Fuck,
ones
I'm
have
good.
got to be brutal.
Oh, I thought that was so close to another natural one. It's
8.
not even
Grinner,
fun.
as you tumble down the stairs and emerge at the bottom, back in with the rest of the party. Let me just drop you back. as you tumble down and like in front of the stairs where you just were. As you tumble in, you are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you as you fall down the stairs.
So I'm going to change that to 3 because I'm still rage falling.
Yep.
And can I run back up the stairs, please?
You've got the movement too. Yeah, of course you can.
Cool. I'd like to run back up the stairs and using my other attack action, just punch one of them in the head.
Please get another natural one and fall down the stairs again. Please. For me. For me,
For
Raph.
you. Just for you,
Raph.
Owen.
Just for me. Do it for the TikTok I'm going to make of this. 22. Boo. As you punch this guy in the face, that's going to do 7 damage. As you just punch him, his neck just like snaps back, blood pouring down, and he like leans forward, grabbing at his neck, and then vomits up blood as you deal quite a lot of damage to this young man.
Shit.
Yeah.
Can I roll for books on fire?
You can roll a D100 to see how
would
likely
love
it is
to
for the
do
books to catch fire in 6 seconds after having a very small dog end barely burning in their vicinity.
Fair.
62. At the moment, Grinner, you've got no idea if that flame has started yet.
Sweet. Me neither.
Alrighty. The Lady Fiona Wachter. The Lady Fiona Wachter is going to move forwards as she flies forward. She's going to reach out and attack Theodore again. Theodore does a... No, that's not going to hit. 9 doesn't hit you. And then as she reaches forward, that mouth opens wide and this blast of cold flies towards Luther. Oh, that's a natural 20. Sorry, Luther. That is going to be 21 points of cold damage, Luther.
Get fucked.
Sorry about that. Sorry, mate.
So much damage.
Yeah, D10. As the mouth opens, this blast of cold flies forward. This, and you just this ice crackles across you, burning as it touches at you. Jonor, probably feeling quite grateful at the moment as that ice breath just blasts right past you for Luther. That is the Lady Fiona Wachter's full go. Theodore, it's your turn.
Oh, and I should interject. Sorry,
Hello.
Theodore. When I yeeted myself accidentally down the stairs, would they both get an attack of opportunity as I went past?
I ruled that they didn't.
Okay.
But
Carry
they
on.
probably,
That'd be a
but they
rough crit one.
probably, just because like the natural one was falling down the stairs, and it's not as if you were leaving their threatened area. It's that you like went to punch them and then just tumbled down the stairs. I don't think.
It almost became forced movement in a way.
Yeah, it was a forced move. I would argue that no, they don't get an attack of opportunity.
Carry on then.
I remembered that I actually, because I'm now totem bear boy. While I was raging, I had resistance to all of that damage that she was doing to me. So
we can roll back up and see it again. Scroll back up and see it. So
yeah,
you've already done it.
Yeah, it should be 12 damage back to me.
Brilliant.
Half of 17 and half of 9.
Cool.
Yep, fantastic.
Now that Tithla's gone, I'm going to scoot myself in front of these guys again.
Yep. As you push your way in front of Jonor and Grinner, facing down the Lady Fiona Wachter alone.
I will then go for the claws.
Okay, go for it.
There we go. So +2 damage onto that as well.
22 is definitely going to hit. 13 plus 2 is 15 damage. Amazing.
And then I will go for the bite.
Brilliant.
15
is enough to hit. That is the AC.
Hey,
Nice.
go bear go.
6 damage plus 2 is 8.
Yep.
That is the next threshold. Theodore, as you reach forward and bite in, you actually grab that ghostly chain in your mouth, and as you crunch down, you feel the chain resist and then snap. And as it does so, the corpse immediately reaches up and then dissolves into ash as it collapses backwards, leaving the ghost of Lady Fiona Wachter standing there. As she sort of hovers in place, moving, almost sort of like hovering and shifting backwards and forwards for a bit, eyes looking around wildly. You watch as she begins to suddenly glow a little bit and she points past Theodore towards Luther. You killed me. I will haunt you. I will come for you when you least expect it. I will haunt you every waking moment. Ah! And then the ghost falls back and dissolves into nothingness as it splits apart.
Oh. As she does this depart, I'll go, that's alright, I'll just do what I did today, and I'll do it again and again. By all means. Swing by anytime.
Alrighty.
What if I detected there was a spell being cast at that point in time?
Jonor, would you like to make me an Arcana check, please?
Absolutely.
You get the old code.
Natural
here.
20 for a
Damn.
total of 27. Jonor, this was not a spell, but this was a curse. This sometimes when someone is killed violently, someone who is particularly invested or empowered with magic, sometimes when they are murdered or killed in a violent death, they may seek revenge on the person who killed them. This vengeful spirit cannot pass on to the afterlife, cannot move anywhere. Instead, it brings itself back, taking control of a corpse and hunting down the person that killed it. This creature is known as a Revenant. They can be difficult to kill. They can be brutal when hunting down their prey. Revenants are really, really scary creatures to be hunted by.
You've got the grudge.
Essentially, you've got the grudge. So a Revenant will hunt down the person who killed it. It has exactly 1 year to exact revenge. You know that it's gonna be coming back for a year. It will every 24 hours, if its body is destroyed, it will inhabit and animate another humanoid corpse and come for the person who killed it. It knows where that person is. It always knows the exact distance and the direction to the creature that it's seeking revenge for.
It's the grudge, but it follows.
It's the grudge and it follows. No magic can hide a creature pursued by a Revenant. It always knows the direction.
I'd like to think that he'd get a flashback to a time he was reading a particularly spooky page of that demonology book, and he's like, "This is unwholesome."
Yeah, Revenants are really, really bad news.
Of everybody in the
I wasn't
party,
in the room.
of everybody in the party, you're probably the best person to be equipped with it, because you'll also be able to know when the Revenant is coming for you.
Not coming after Luther, not Jonor.
Coming after Luther.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, sorry, you're screwed, Luther.
You're fucked.
That's, yeah.
Not?
Got no
I'll
hope.
keep bringing it down.
I don't think I'd have a chance. There's nothing that would help me on this one, I reckon.
I really want to pause initiative, but I actually can't because Grinner's currently
Kill those dudes.
Sorry.
finishing off the line of Wachter, given it his darndest to clean up the Wachter house. So, Theodore, it's actually still your go. But as far as you know, the threat has gone.
Would I have heard something tumble down the stairs? With
you would have. Fuck! And then the sound of someone running back upstairs.
All right. Well then, not knowing that we had a friend outside, am I able to go try and like throw the table aside?
Yeah. Do you want to make me a? So you've done your actions. Do you want to make me a bonus action to just like use a strength check to try and thrust the table away? I'm going to take the epic music off because you're just facing two teenagers, so we don't need the epic fight music.
I don't know. Beating up teenagers is always good fun. I mean, what?
Someone clip
So
that.
it should be more jovial music then.
Yeah.
I think I get advantage on that actually
Brilliant.
because I am still angry.
So something like this is what you're thinking. Hang on.
I'm sorry.
To beat up some teenagers.
This is good teen punching music. No, I got an 11. Oh, 12 if you add in my... Oh, it's not a saving throw.
12 is enough. 12 is the DC to throw the table aside.
No, it is strength check. I only have the +1 on the saving throws.
Look, all you're doing is knocking over a table that was stacked up against a wall. I would argue that 11 is still enough. You're just knocking a table over.
Oh, you're the one setting these things.
Yeah, you're knocking a table over. As you knock the table to the ground, the doorway is now clear.
Sure. And I think that'll probably do my movement and I think that's all expended in that, I'd say.
Brilliant. Nikolai Wachter. The two sons of Lady Wachter just gonna stab you again, Grinner. I don't know what to tell you, mate.
I don't know what else I expected, to be
Oh,
honest.
natural 1 and a 7. Oh, that's not good. Do you know what? Only because it's too funny. As the younger brother goes to stab you, lunges forwards, he misses and tumbles down the stairs. Grinner, could you roll a d6, please?
I absolutely
I think you should be the one to roll his damage. Only because it's too funny. Oh, mate. 5. He's dead. That's exactly lethal. Theodore, as you open the door, having just like knocked down the table, you hear this as this guy tumbles down the stairs, slams into the wall in front of you, and his neck just as he slams into the wall, and then the body just falls limp and blood begins to leak out from his nose and mouth.
Jesus Christ.
The other brother goes, Carl, no! And he rushes forwards and tries to stab at you, Grinner, but only rolls a 7. Yeah, Carl and Nikolai Wachter.
Vintage Carl move.
Carl's dead. As he goes to stab at you, Grinner, and just misses with a 7. Jonor, it's your turn.
He's going to look left and right, see chaos that way. He's going to check on Raspip first. He's going to move forwards, grab the ring that had been pulled off the body, picks up the ring, goes over to Raspip, has a look, sees that he's stable and okay. See that he's fine.
Puts the ring on Raspip.
Pocket the ring.
Not at this point.
Jonor, as you get close to Raspip holding the ring within 5 feet,
Yep.
I am going to need you to make me a dexterity saving throw to try and grab at the ring, which begins to try and pull towards its owner.
Sure. Yeah.
No, he's going to help us get the bones. He's going to
Saving throw?
bolt.
Yeah, he definitely Sauron confirmed as well.
Oh, Jonor, 13 is not enough. One short.
He's just fumbling it through. He's expecting nothing.
Because as you reach down to like pat Raspip down, it's almost like the one ring, and as you lean forward, it just tumbles out of your grasp and blink, blink, blink on the stones before flying onto Raspip's finger. Raspip, the effects that we discussed kicks into effect, which regains the hit points that you would get from that effect. So please...
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Please update your character sheet with the effects that we discussed.
What does this ring do?
As Raspip suddenly sits bolt upright, lightning crackling across his eyes, the ring glowing on his finger as Raspip suddenly starts rising into the air. Would your hair glow golden and start shooting upright as you go Super Saiyan? Nah, I'm kidding.
Yes, it would.
It would. Okay. You watch as Raspip's hair, this like light gold glow begins to bleed through his hair as he slowly begins floating up into the air. Jonor, anything else on your turn? Raspip, it's your turn next, so don't worry, you'll get to enjoy that in a second.
Raspip, you okay? What's going on here? I then start looking up in the air. That's free action to talk to him.
Yep. Raspip, it's your turn.
All right. Raspip immediately gets up off the floor and looks towards Jonor. He's like, thank you, Jonor. Thank you. That's much appreciated. And then he's going to walk out and end up probably about here, where
back in
he
the
can
middle
see
of the dining room.
Theodore has just crushed somebody with a table.
As you just step through the ash that was once
Just strolling,
Lady Wachter. Yeah, just kicking the ash aside as you step through.
Yep.
Yeah, brilliant. And then you see Theodore standing above a broken human man in his like late teens, early 20s, neck broken, and a table is now like pushed aside as Theodore in this bare form looks at the broken body of the man.
Look, he did that to himself, all right?
Yeah. That wasn't even the bear.
Anything else on your turn, Raspip?
No, that's it.
Cool. Did you want to do anything else on your turn, Jonor?
That was it. I would have some movement to sort of follow him a little bit, and that's it for me.
Tithla, it's your go.
is there some sort of hole to be able to like dive into under the house? Tithla wants to hide.
I would say that there probably is a little undercropping near the front where like the wood storage would be that's slightly underneath the house. I would argue that there's like a small like bolt hole under part of the house that you can...
Is there something that Tithla can see from where she is on the side of the house right now?
Yeah. I'd say so.
All right. Well, she's going to run up and dive in under there and just... Yeah, I guess just climb in there and try and hide and backfill.
And then occasionally stab a spider when you see one. Take that, Jonor! Wait, no. Take that, Theo! Oh, it's not Theo.
And I think she's afraid, so she'd be trying to cover her tracks.
Yeah, do you want to make me a stealth check to try and hide?
Can do that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Except I have disadvantage on this because this is a dex-based ability.
Yeah.
Okay.
15, 21.
With the 15.
We'll take the 15. Luther, it's your go.
Okay.
Not how I thought this session was going to go.
Is it ever?
No.
Okay.
What did you think was going to happen?
I thought you were going to die, to be honest.
TPK.
TPK question mark.
Okay. I see Raspip here.
It's TFK, total
I
family
see
killing.
Jonor here. And I see Theo here. Cool. I'm gonna have a quick look out through the window and see what is the situation outside.
You can see Ernst is still hog-tied. He's trying to like shuffle his way towards the front of the house. He's still hog-tied and has not made much progress.
Okay. That's cool.
Poor Ernst.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck him, he sucks.
Yeah,
What's he
that's
done
great.
to you
Fuck him,
guys?
he sucks. He's just vaguely rude.
Slimy.
Rude.
Was he?
He's just a little bit rude.
He wasn't that rude to you.
The biggest affront he could do.
He was ambivalent to our struggles.
Passing indifference.
Fucking fence sitter. Kill him.
Alright, so I'll move 10 feet. This guy here is dead, right?
Yeah, the dude at the bottom of the stairs, Carl Wachter, is just dead.
Come here, so that's 20 feet. I will.
Step past Theodore, step over the lifeless body of Carl, look up the
So
stairs.
as I see him, he looks very dead. Like
As you peer up the
clear to
stairs, you can
tell.
see Grinner currently fighting another teenager. Currently just like trying to beat the shit out of this teenager at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
Is
This guy
Carl's
has
delicious blood leaking out?
Yeah.
How,
It's a bit
how does
slippery at
Luther-
the bottom of those stairs now.
delicious blood.
Delicious blood.
Oh yeah, that's true. It is delicious blood.
So I guess the last time I had a drink was during the night with the rat blood.
It's a rat Capri Sun.
Time to the rat
I
sun.
am quite damaged.
Time to get your
Man.
sip on.
There's a free blood bag right there.
I mean, I feel like there's more pressing matters, but I mean, Owen's the DM. I can't control this.
What? It's your character. What do you mean? Why are you trying to make it my problem?
Oh, my half
No,
drink
what I
is
mean is
blood.
that I feel like I'm sated. I've had my
Yeah, well then you're fine.
response, but
Yeah, then you're
You
fine.
okay.
exclusively have control.
Yeah, it's the only character. There are only 5-6 characters I don't have any control over. You're one of them.
Hey, look, I'm just making sure because
Yeah.
I don't know how the bloodthirst will work later on. I don't know.
You've had a drink. It's normally so the way we kind of all going to work it is the same as like a drug addiction, right? So like you have to have gone 24, 48 hours without any blood for even the slight effects to be kicking in.
Depends on how dependent
No,
you are, I
easy.
suppose.
Luther's been working really hard to not be dependent, so he's not as dependent. He doesn't need his fix every 2 minutes. He's okay.
All right.
Cool.
I'm gonna walk up here. That's. I think that's most.
Yeah.
I think that's all 30
You
feet.
can probably see to the top of the stairs. I'll actually move you to the upper landing because the stairs actually overlap really nicely.
Okay.
You can actually see at the top of the stairs Grinner and this young lad duking it out.
Okay, I'm gonna point my gun at him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna shoot him though because
Oh.
I feel bad that like the one at the base is dead.
Yeah,
And
but his
obviously
mother and his
that's
brother are
our
dead. Like, what's he got to live for?
Yeah, I know. I get that, but I'm not gonna just kill like a potential innocent. I don't know
Yeah.
that yet.
I remember someone saying no
Grinner.
witnesses earlier.
I'm gonna point my gun at him and go. Let's stop this. Let's stop this. Put your sword down, otherwise, Well, I guess it's not going to turn out well for you at all.
It's not his go. Grinner.
Fair enough.
Punch.
Grinner would
I
love
will.
to
Sorry, I will ready an action just quickly for an attack action, just in case he starts vigorously stabbing at Grinner again. But I'll try and go for non-lethal damage, like pop him in the leg or something.
I'll
or,
just try and shoot him with my
shoulder.
gun non-lethally.
In the shoulder.
You can.
In the shoulder.
You can.
You can.
What's your ruling, Owen, as far as inhibitions go when someone's in a rage?
It's up to you, as it is your character. So you can choose when Grinner's in a rage. It might be that you are a violent, bloodthirsty creature. It might be that. So I've seen a lot of people retexture rage in really cool and interesting ways. One of them being that it's like a drive to move and to act, rather than necessarily like an aggression. It's where you. So for example, I know someone did a Storm Barbarian. I think it's or like a Path of the Storm Herald or something like that. And so it was like the energy, the lightning coursing across them drove them to act. And so they had to always do something on their turn, including a movement wherever possible. So you can flavor the rage however you want. Maybe in Grinner's case, seeing as you've got the ancestral path, maybe your rage then is less of a mindless anger and maybe more of that's when you summon the spirits and begin like listening to them and following their advice. But I mean, as I said, that's just an example. Entirely up to you.
I feel like, yeah, it wouldn't be quite so mindless. It's still violence, but
It's like a
curbed.
cold rage where you just like grab someone, just punch him out.
Yeah, because
without,
it's curbed by an entire lifetime of being in the military. So
Yeah.
there is that cold calculation to it, but it's still rage. So he's going to try and reach out and grab hold of one of this guy's arms.
And tear it off and beat him to death with it. Yeah, cool.
That's
That'll be-
exactly right.
Yeah, no. What were you saying?
No, that's going to be my first attack, is to try and grab one of his wrists.
Stop hitting
Okay.
yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Get primary school bully on us. Let's go.
Path of the Ancestral Guardians. Yes, my ancestors were a bunch of children at at a primary school. Yeah, stop hitting yourself.
It's not wrong. They are children.
And my second attack will be a Chinese burn. Oh my god. Probably you can't call it that anymore. What would you? So you
what is
want to
the
do a
correct name
grapple
for
to
that
try and
now?
like hold him in place, or are you trying to?
Yeah, I'm just trying to grab hold of that one arm, I guess. I don't know how you'd rule that.
Yeah, do it as an unarmed attack, but then rather than dealing damage, it's just to beat his AC to grab onto him. I'd argue that. That's fine.
Sure. Okay.
I think you'll be okay. 14, is that plus anything?
No.
That's just a miss.
I'm going to try to grab him again, I guess. Actually, no. I think I'm just going to punch him in the face.
Okay, brilliant. That makes sense.
It does. I tried and it didn't work, so let's just...
I gave it the bare fucking minimum. I tried to grab his wrist, I missed, and now I'm gonna cave his fucking head in.
Pretty well.
Is that a 23?
Yep.
6
That one
plus how much damage?
6.
6 damage.
Is it plus anything because you're raging?
Ooh.
Plus 2?
Oh no, might be more for you.
Might be more because you're a higher level barbarian. When you're
I don't
raging,
know.
how much extra damage do you do? I think you do a bit more. Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, I can't.
That's right, it'll be under
It'll be
features and
Sorry,
traits.
guys.
Features and traits.
Yeah, that's right. I'll race you to it. Let's have a look. You can get there first.
There's a +2 to strength saving throws, not attacks.
There's
And
definitely
then-
extra to damage as well when you're raging. Alright, features and traits. Rage. You gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws, not attacks. +2 melee damage with strength weapons.
Yeah, it's the
Resistance to
+2 that-
bludgeoning. Yeah, so +2.
Cool.
Alrighty.
So
8. Just confirming.
8.
Punch to the face.
Yeah, just punch him in the head. What could that do? That's never killed anyone before.
How do you want to do this?
I
He's
guess
a
I'll punch
noble
him in-
human. He has 8 hit points.
Oh, did he have to though?
Nah, the normal is 9. As you just punch him in the face, just straight to the face. You just smack him, and as he smashes back into the wall, clutching at his face, you watch his blood begins pouring. He goes, "What the fuck?" as he's like clutching at his bloody face.
Good. Okay. I'll just kind of stand over him, I guess.
Do you say anything or just stand over him?
I think I'm a little bit too cranky at the moment. I'm just standing over him, breathing heavily.
I'm going to say that we don't need to be in initiative for this. This dude has 1 hit point left. My question is, Grinner, on your next turn, would you kill him? Would you knock him out? Luther, would you knock him out? Would you kill him?
I would knock him out.
Okay.
I've already got the gun pointing at him anyway to stand down. So, I mean, getting punched like that with a gun pointing at him, would he even fight back?
No,
because it's his turn next.
It is his turn next. He's not going to be, after taking that and being knocked down to 1 hit point, he's not going to be fighting back.
No,
he's just going to be crying and clutching at his face.
I would just be standing over him. I wouldn't be knocking him out or anything because I want to have a chat with him, but I would just be standing there over him.
Alrighty.
Yeah, same thing.
Well, with that, I take you all out of initiative. Should we do the downstairs people first? I know you go, Raph.
I was just going to say very quickly, at the end of that initiative, now that that's out, can I roll for Books on Fire?
You can roll another D100, yeah.
Yeah, D100. The chances are minimal.
91. The smell of smoke is starting to emanate from that study that you were in before, Grinner.
Yeah, cool. Carry on.
Tithla, after 10 minutes, you will emerge, the madness having subsided.
Okay. Has it been 10 minutes yet, or are we still waiting?
That's so. The 4 minutes off. I'm having it as like the 6 minutes was all of this bullshittery and what's going on now, and then after 10 more minutes.
Don't downplay this.
Yeah, cool. So that was just the FYI for
just so
10
you know.
minutes.
Yeah. Just so you know.
Okay.
So if you want to go back to crocheting or
that was 1 minute,
learning a language or whatever you're doing in your spare time, we'll get back to you in 10 minutes.
Peace.
Raspip. The power that's coursing through you feels familiar. It feels right. You feel complete and whole once again. What would you like to do?
It's been a little while. Raspip is going to hold up his end of the bargain, but he's going to do it quickly.
I don't think the party are going to complain about
turn
that.
to the party and say, we're going to find these bones now, and there's not going to be any objections about it. Otherwise, I'm going to go on my way.
Fair enough.
I'm just surprised you're walking and talking.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get searching for bones.
In the meantime, has anybody got any access to any healing spells?
I do, but not in bear form. I mean,
Skyrim bear.wave.
So I went down into those, the little tomb underneath the church.
Yeah.
So I'd be familiar with the odor of Saint Bones.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Could I use my bear's keen sense of smell to try and sniff out these bones?
Yes, you can. Would you like to roll me a perception check with advantage?
I would like.
Why does the odor of Saint Bones sound like an album?
It sounds like a band. Or Saint Bones and the album is The Odor. Or maybe it's The Odor is the band. It works in a number of ways.
21.
That's a performance.
Yeah. It's the same roll, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
21 for a perception check. Theodore, as you concentrate, close your eyes and begin sniffing around the grounds. First off, you're overwhelmed by all the smells in this place. The blood from this corpse just sitting in front of you. But you focus, concentrate, and you begin to trace the smell, this faint sort of musky odor that you can trace heading upstairs that you've smelt before. And as you begin heading up the stairs and reach the top of the stairs, you see Grinner and Luther standing over this young man. The scent seems to lead into a room beyond that young man. And as you get to the top of the stairs and lean into that room, you see about 20 cats just all in this room. I'm going to put you where you need to be, buddy. There
Please
you go.
do.
I'll have everyone come up the stairs. Hey, how about that? As you look into this room, there's just cats everywhere. There's also the smell of smoke, and as you look around, you can see a bookshelf is lightly smoking, a few small flames licking the top of some books. But the smell seems to definitely be coming from inside the room. And as you head in and begin sniffing around, there is a small chest underneath the desk. And as you... the musky scent seems to be coming from in there.
I give a roar and try and summon someone with hands.
I think that
Someone with
probably
opposable thumbs.
he walked past me, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'll just follow him into the room to see sort of his musings, and then see him gesture to this. Is the chest got a lock on it?
The chest does indeed have a lock on it.
Okay, I'll do I'll get my thieves' tools out and try and unlock it.
Raspip just walks up to it and touches it and uses knock.
You're going to use knock.
Just bang, it's done.
Amazing.
Oh, okay, well,
As that
works.
sound echoes out from the knock, you hear this coming from the room next to you. Jonor and actually probably, because Raspip's moved into the room, probably Jonor and Grinner hear this loudest of all. It sounds like a human trying to hiss like a cat. As the chest springs open, inside you can see there is indeed a white Hessian sack, and as you pull it open, you can see there are bones filled inside. The rest of the chest is filled with a number of other items. There are, it looks like a couple of goblets, which look to be made of gold. 3 goblets. You think probably they're worth about 100 gold each. So if you want to add 300 gold pieces, you can just do it that way. We don't have to worry about having you worry about going around and pawning these off.
Do these belong to the church?
You're not sure. The other thing as well you find... Let me just find it. Where are we? Here we go. A fine collection of wine glasses, which is worth about 20 gold pieces in total. Some parchment, quill, jars of ink, wax candles, and wax seals. So if anyone needs that for their spellcasting components, they can just refill it. And the other thing as well that you find is a large ruby, roughly about the size of an egg, with a crack through the very center of it. You're not sure how much it's worth in this state. It looks like the ruby would be worth a lot, but that crack through the center, hard to know if that's going to decrease its value at all. If whoever's taking it was to write down cracked ruby.
Who's got mending?
I'm in bear form.
Probably Luther is taking these then.
Raspip would like to go and suss out this cat person noise.
Yeah, it seems to be coming
Owen,
from
can
the
you-
room to the south. As you head back out next to Jonor and
Yeah, I probably
peer
will follow along with that.
through one of the doors, the boy who Grinner is standing over and threatening a little bit goes, "No, leave my sister alone, you monsters!" Raspip, Jonor, and Theodore, as you
More
step into
family
the
genocide.
room, you see a young woman with dark hair hiding in the corner of the room, preening at her hand as if it's a paw. And as you step in, she looks up, cocks her head, and goes, "Meow." Looks at all of you. As she sees the big bear, she gets down, like raises up her hackles, pulling into the corner of the room, raising up her hand as if to claw.
Go for the cat slap.
You jump on the cat's lap.
I'm
No,
gonna
this is-
walk
that's what
over
she
to
did.
the guy.
No, I didn't do the bear. I assume, do bears have hackles? Do they do that dog
Yeah.
thing where they just get low? Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna
Raspip?
walk over to the guy that's on the ground, Owen, and I'm gonna ask him: Is she related to Lady Wachter at all?
She's my sister.
Are you related to Lady Wachter at all?
I'm her son.
Raspip is going to then proceed to grab the guy,
Yep.
and drag him into the room.
Yep. He doesn't
and
resist.
throw
He's
him-
a bit scared.
And throw him in there with the cat lady,
Yep.
whatever she is.
She, seeing her brother, she like leans up and like rubs her face against him, and he like pushes her behind him and stands sort of in front, still brutally hurt by this attack from Grinner, as he stands protectively blocking her.
Are they hostile in any way, shape, or form?
Doesn't look like it, no.
Just so I'm remembering things correctly, we went to the guy's shop, and he said he sold the ring to Lady Wokta, right?
Yes, that's
But
correct.
she technically legally purchased it. It was someone else
Yes, she
who
did.
nicked it.
Yes, it was. It was someone else who stole it. And you, if you remember the conversation with Gunther, he says he bought it off one of the Vistani.
It was more the fact that Lady Wokta said that she would kill all of us and pretty much our entire bloodlines.
Oh,
that
yeah.
makes me think that I need a little bit of revenge here.
To be fair, I also don't believe we shared with you the fact that Gunther told us that Lady Wokta had bought the ring.
No,
So,
you didn't. You
There
didn't.
was
as far as
share
you're
it.
aware, it was
At all
stolen.
either.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. As far as you're aware, Lady Wokta stole it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna correct him.
The Raspip is basically going to go back into the room and just tell Theodore and Jonor, I'd recommend you both hop out of the room now.
I'm not gonna do that.
That's fair.
And I lean to Raspip. Is why? Tell me what you're feeling at the moment.
You're a full psychologist.
I exchanged words with the Lady Wokta, and yeah, she mentioned that my family were potentially on the line, and I think it's only fair that we return the favor.
I'll leave you to your duty, and I'm gonna step out of the way.
You're
Hold on.
so you're threatening
Hopping.
violence against these beat up children and slash catfolk.
I am.
She
yes.
doesn't.
Are
She
you
doesn't look
hopping
like
out
a
of the
cat.
way,
She looks
Theodore?
like a human, just acting like a cat.
Yeah. Yes, she should.
Yeah.
One of those kids at school. Yeah, I'm going to sort of just position myself in front of Raph and just give him a bare head.
My sister, she's not well. She's
Oh,
been
there's an
unwell
understatement.
for a while. Please, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're doing. I don't even know if my brother's okay. Last I saw, he was falling down the stairs. Just, please, just leave.
Uh-oh.
My mother will be back any second now. Just leave.
Oh, no, she won't.
Oh no.
Your mother stole something that was very dear to me and then tried to kill us.
What? No. She said she was inviting you
Yes.
over to talk.
No, that's not what happened.
That's a deception check. That is what happened. You attacked her. That's a deception check, Raspip. That is a flat out lie. You
From a
attacked
certain
her.
point of view.
7.
Oof.
You're like, nah,
We were all right.
I'm rubber and you're
we were.
glue.
We were. Yeah. All right. Maybe you're right then. Maybe you should live.
Maybe you should live.
Just leave. He looks at the ring on your finger. You got the ring back? What more do you want? She bought that, by the
Yes.
way, from Gunther Arasek at the trading yard. She paid for it.
Upon hearing that, Raspip is completely going to change his tune. And
No, Gunther's got to die.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. Didn't think about that.
do I know exactly where Gunther is?
Yeah, you've been to the stockyard with the others. I don't think you've actually been into his store, but you've been to the stockyard. It's not too far from
How
here.
far
It's
is that from here?
like 30, 40 meters. It's pretty close.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to look at everybody in the party then and just going to say, we've found the bones. We're considered even, yes?
So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
I think
we've done what we need.
yeah, contract between each other, I guess, fulfilled.
Yeah, good. All right, done. See you later.
And Raspip casts Dimension Door.
Doors.
You watch as Raspip just holds up a hand and just tears the fabric. He's gone. Oh my god. You watch as Raspip. He's actually left the chat.
He's gone.
What a fuck.
Commit to the bit.
That was well done. As Andrew just gone. Raspip, as you reach up and you just tear the fabric of realities, you just tear a hole and then step through. We're going to deal with you really quickly because I want to know what Raspip's doing. We'll come back to the rest of the party in a second. Raspip, you just dimension door out of the Wokta Manor, appearing in the stockyard. You can see in front of you a general store, an older gentleman with greying hair and quite a large bald spot at the top of his head seems to be stacking up some boxes. And as you appear, he looks over towards you and goes, "What the hell? How did you just appear out of nowhere? That is, what the fuck? Who are you?"
So I'm gonna hold up my finger, my fist that's got the ring on it, and I need you to tell me who gave this to you. Otherwise, I'm gonna kill you.
I would have just told you who gave me the ring. I have no intention of dying. You
Tell
didn't
me
need to
now.
threaten my life.
I don't yet.
A
Just tell
man,
me.
Vistani, came in with a whole bunch of things that he said he had found. He sold it to me for a couple of gold. I knew that it was worth more than that. I sold it to the Lady Wokta. He told me that it was off some corpse.
Does he come in often?
He comes in every few months, but if you wanted to catch up to him, he took the southern road with a caravan of other Vistani. He's a younger man, jet black hair, stupid goatee, and he looks at your goatee and pauses for a second and goes, "A really nice goatee." And he wears like all sorts of like reds and browns clothing, and he has a blue scarf.
And do you have his name?
We don't use his real name. We just call him the Finder because we don't want his real name because I don't want people to know where he came from. But if you...
Generic Rastani number 1.
Do you not know his name, or do you not want to tell me his name?
No, I don't know his name. I just know him by the Finder.
All right.
You just
Thank
threatened
you.
my life. I would tell you if you had you just
Raspip
appeared out of
walks the
nowhere.
door.
As he watches, he goes like, "Did you want to buy anything?"
Yep.
Always
Raspip's got his goal and his plan, so he's obviously going to follow and try and find the finder.
Brilliant. Well, it doesn't seem like Raspip is coming back to say anything to the party, so I'm happy to just...
Bye, Raspip.
Bye, Raspip. So, Andrew, thank you so much for joining us as a guest character. We'll obviously have Raspip back. I know the players are dying to know what your ring did, but it's entirely up to you whether or not you reveal that. Do you want to, or do you think it's funny?
Yeah, I'm happy sharing. I'm happy sharing. So basically, my ring allows me to advance 3 levels in sorcery.
Oh shit.
So he stored some of his sorceress power in this ring.
Into
when he
the
lost
ring.
it, he dropped 3 levels of sorcerer. So Raspip is actually an 8th level sorcerer, but the ring was keeping those levels, and so when it was taken, he dropped to a 5th level sorcerer.
So it's one of those things that's attuned specifically to me, so anybody wearing it for a long period of time would have potentially fucked with it a little bit, but hence the urgency of getting it back.
So if any of you had put it on, you would have immediately gained 3 sorcerer levels for that, as long as you had it on.
What's the benefit to you for storing your sorcerer levels in a ring?
We'll get to that when you see later. There's a
It's a
reason.
Horcrux.
Well, let's
We'll
not
cross
laugh
that bridge
too
when we
hard.
get there.
Yeah, let's not laugh too hard. There are benefits. The main one being that it also allows him to have some extra sorcery points that he can access through it.
Cool.
Grinner's really looking forward to following the trail of dead Vistani through the wilderness.
Little smiles for you along the way.
Yeah, oh my
Singing
goodness.
every time you come across them.
Well, Raspip, Andrew, thank you so much for joining us for these sessions. Maybe this is a good place to wrap up here, and we'll come back next session.
Can I
to
quickly
see...
jump in with what Tithla does as she comes out of her
Yeah, go on.
madness?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the point? But go on. I'm kidding. Yep.
As she slowly drifts back to some sort of consciousness, it's that transition where she's still then scared of the fear. And what she does is she summons her Drake. She's very worked up and feeling very hot, so she summons her Drake with the cold type and just lays there, still sobbing, holding it, hugging, lying in the dirt.
Do you want to roll a D100 for me, please, Tithla?
I would love to do that.
Roll for attachment style.
79.
Tithla, this does really comfort you. And as that moment of fear begins to fade, that madness leaves you, you find yourself coming back to your old self much quicker with the Drake there. As you snuggle into it, you're a lot stronger than you thought you were, a lot more resilient. And even though this has shaken you a bit, you still have that strength within you. Alrighty. And that is where we will wrap up for tonight. We will jump back next session to see how you guys deal with... it's Nikolai who's still alive, isn't it? Yeah, Nikolai Wachter and his sister Stella. It's the inside of the Wachter Manor. Also, I should add, the bookshelf is still burning. Like there are more and more books starting to slowly catch on fire, and a little bit of smoke is filling up the room. But the best bit is no one is still in that room. Oh no, Luther is. Luther's still there.
Wasn't there a bunch of cats in there?
And there's a whole bunch of cats in there too. The cats will be leaving. Don't worry, the cats will be leaving.
This will be the second time I burnt down this.
Do you know,
manor.
actually, just because it's too funny, as you do the dimension door, Raspip, I'm going to say one of the cats like nuzzles up to you and gets dimension doored through with you, and then as you take off, Gunther looks down at the cat, looks at you and goes, "What am I supposed to do with this cat?" What?
Before I
Please tell me not all imps.
Before I leave Gunther's place, Raspip's really not a cat guy.
Raspip's also
would like to just
slowly turning into a monster as he like fades
yeah.
away.
Raspip would like to
Slowly?
polymorph the cat into a dog before leaving. And then he's just gonna leave.
That's pretty funny. What am I supposed to do with this cat? As you polymorph it into a dog, Gunther goes, "Oh, that's much better. Thank you." Here, boy. Tom just like looks at him and then wanders away. "Oh, I think I need to train it. I'll get a lead." As he tries to put the collar on it, like tries to scratch at him, and its legs don't quite bend the right way. What is up with this dog? It's a really weird dog. And that is where we'll wrap up for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Again, thank you, Andrew, our lovely guest character. You've been here for a handful of sessions now as Raspip, and we're sick to death of your character. Get out of here. But we will be very keen to have Raspip back in the future and find out where his adventures took him. It should be fun.
Adventures in Vistani murder.
Adventures in Vistani interrogation. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been lovely having you all here. We will be back again tomorrow night for our Avatar Legends campaign, and on Wednesday for our Return of the Giants campaign, our original homebrew 5th edition adventure. For the moment, though, if you are watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere because we're going to go and raid somebody. Who's online? I think it might be Corsair's Cove. Corsair's Cove are online. Let's go raid Josh. Say hi to Josh the Pirate. Thank you if you've been listening to us on podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google Play. If there's a way that you can leave a review, please do. It really helps us out. If you're watching on YouTube, we just hit 750 subs today. So we are 3/4 of the way to the 1,000 needed for YouTube partners. So thank you so much, everybody. If you're listening to this and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. But I think at the moment the stats are about 60-40. So 40% of you are, you're absolute bloody legends. The 60 who aren't, you could become legends with just the simple click of a button. It's not hard. That's all from us. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again soon. Remember, Twitch people, don't go anywhere. We're going to go raid Josh. All right, goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.
Bye.